Simp Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get H/. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Hello chat, the day is done. Make yourself at home, get your comfies on. Simp Mom's made some gifts for you. If you stick around, you can win some too. Every Wednesday, baking streams with treats that look divine. Every Saturday, cutting up with grown-up story time. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get H/. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Hello chat, the day is done. Make yourself at home, get your comfies on. Simp Mom's made some gifts for you. If you stick around, you can win some too. Every Wednesday, baking streams with treats that look divine. Every Saturday, cutting up with grown-up story time. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get H/. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Hello chat, the day is done. Make yourself at home, get your comfies on. Simp Mom's made some gifts for you. If you stick around, you can win some too. Every Wednesday, baking streams with treats that look divine. Every Saturday, cutting up with grown-up story time. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get H/. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Hello chat, the day is done. Make yourself at home, get your comfies on. Simp Mom's made some gifts for you. If you stick around, you can win some too. Every Wednesday, baking streams with treats that look divine. Every Saturday, cutting up with grown-up story time. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get H/. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom. We're hanging with Simp Mom.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Everybody doing great? 2022, do you believe it? Hello, who we got out there? We got Camelton, a weasel named Fee, I'm purple, Juice, God Alpha, Button Carrot, Frederick, I'm purple, Marisa, first time viewer, hey, come on in, get your comfies on. This is, whoa, oh my goodness. We've got Meow Sari, thank you so very much. And for those, Meow Sari just subscribed, and he's been with me a very long time. As a matter of fact, Meow Sari, oh my goodness, the hits are keep on coming. A weasel named Fee, thank you so very much for your sub, and welcome to the Simp Mom Bitch Slapping Club, the only one on Twitch. And we're not going to be watching Avatar because we're not going to get banned. So how about that? Hello, how's everybody doing? And Meowsery, you guys, be sure to tune in to Meowsery's streams, and he is Holy Fry Pan. It's not an O, it's a 0 for Holy Fry Pan. Give him a follow. He's great entertainment, him and Darren, as they cook up a storm. What do we got? Oh my goodness, Button Carrot, thank you so very much. Critter, thank you so much, you two. The dream team there, Button Carrot and Critter, thank you so very much. Zip my bitch slapping club. I am back. I'm in Arizona. Oh, I can't talk like Minnesota if I'm in Arizona. Yes, I can. Who cares? I break all the rules. We're excited to be here in the desert. That low, we could clip that low key shade throne. Low key shade throne. What does that mean? What did I do? What did I say? Who knows? Hello there. It's Piro City, and we got Chili in here. Yay, the gang's all here. The gang's all here. The Avatar comment. Yeah, it's just, I just read about that people are getting banned for that. And to me, it's like, why would they have done it if they didn't think they could have done it, right? I mean, it sounds like fun watching a movie with you guys. It truly does. But when you're somebody that big, you're under a microscope just as big, right? And they don't know who I am. We could probably watch Gone with the Wind or anything. They don't know who I am, right? But yeah, so hopefully she'll be back on. Is she back on? Miz didn't get busted, did? No, Miz is on. No. You're home from the holidays. Good deal. Did everybody have a decent holiday and a decent New Year? Anybody do anything exciting? Any news? Hello there, Spence. How are ya? Come on in and sit down. Yeah, we just, Sip Dad and I got to Arizona a few days ago. Uneventful trip, which is good. Yeah. Hey there, Koala Bear. How you doing? Hello. Hello there. Announcement. Next Saturday, we're going to try to get Sensuous Saturday Part 2. Not for the faint of heart. We really got into the weeds. If I'm getting uncomfortable, if I don't say anything and I just look kind of like, okie dokie, because we got talking about things that I'd never heard of before, things that I would never do. And so when I clam up, it's usually like I'm not quite sure what to say, so I just keep my trap shut. So next Saturday, we're actually going to rate the sexual position. So that's kind of PG-13, right? No, not really, but we'll call it that. Yeah. And I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts that I made. I am good, Gamer Wheels. How are you? I'm doing great. Yeah. So I'm going to make a bunch of these. Actually, I have some of these made with stripes, but this is an embroidered one. And it really needs to go on a sweatshirt because there's a lot to it. So I'm going to make some. The rat's ass. Yes. Yeah. I made this 2 years ago. And I'm in Sip Dad's desk. Let me get up a little higher. Take me high. Never mind. But I had to find a cute mouse and a cute donkey because it's such a nasty saying. And this is not one of the sayings that I ever say. But I get a kick out of it every time somebody else says it. I don't give a rat's ass. But that's not part of mine. But I always thought, well, where are you going to get a rat's ass to begin with, to give, even if you don't care? Like who walks around with a rat's ass? Like nobody. Try to catch one of those puppies, right? But anyways, I'm taking it too literally, I guess. But I just wanted something really cute. And you couldn't get an ass cuter than this. Well, unless you went to OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you too, Lord Brabs. How are you? Yeah, I'm full of piss and vinegar tonight, and I'll tell you why. And that's an old saying. Well, all right. Who knows what full of piss and vinegar means? Chime in. You know what that means when someone says, I'm full of piss and vinegar? You know what that means? Cheap wine. Critta, what does that mean, chat? If somebody says that. You could do a rat bending over. Koala Bear, leave it to you. A rat bending over. A rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass. That's true. That's true. Like you're hyped, excited, all fired up. No clue. What? Paganish? No clue? Yeah, full of piss and vinegar. I'm just full of spunk and ready to have at it. And with good reason today. So a very momentous. Sim Dad's now retired, so we get to play all day and all night. No more looking at oh, I got a meeting at 3. Oh, I got a con call at 4. He's done. Done means fun, okay? And he's still, I've been retired, well, for the most part, for about 3 years. And so he's just kind of, how momentous is that, the first day you start your job and the last day that you ever work? I mean, wow, right? Yeah, that's a great phrase. Yeah. I had great holidays. And we went into Christmas knowing, actually, no, it was, we started the new year with Simp Dad retired. And so this is very cool. So I said to Simp Dad, I said, well, seeing that you got me a pair of socks for Christmas, which I love. I mean, who doesn't want white socks? Give me a break, right? Cotton, nice Hanes socks. I mean, just the thought of it gives me the vapors. No, it doesn't. But what I didn't tell you is that he said to me, he goes, Deb, I want you to get a new sewing machine. How many times you got to tell me that? Like once. I had a sewing machine in Arizona, and it was a pretty entry-level embroidery machine, not Bertha. Our place is too small down here to have a Bertha. We'd have to build on because we're in a tiny, 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 tiny home. There'd be no room for Bertha. So I sold my old machine to one of the gals that takes my class. And I went to Mall Queens, which is the only place in Arizona to buy a machine, the only place in the world to buy a machine. And I talked to one of the owners named Darren, and I said, Darren, you know me. I'm in there all the time, and a lot of my class goes there, and they've bought machines. And I said, I want something that's strong and durable that I can embroider and sew on. And so he hooked me up with a brand new sewing machine. No, it's not new. It's used. It's probably 5 or 6 years old. But it has all the bells and whistles. I could not afford a new one. A new one like this would be too much. I couldn't afford it. But he set me up, and they revamped it, and I got to pick her up. So the shop closes at 5, right? We're on the East Valley, and it's like we've got 20 minutes to get there before the shop closes at 5. Don't we run into road closures? I mean, it's like this never happens. And I called the shop and I said, we might be late. They said, just knock on the door. We'll open it up and give you your sewing machine. And so we brought her home, and she's heavy duty, and I was playing with her. Whoa, who we got there? Robicon, how are you doing? Thank you so very much for your sub, and thank you. Mom's bitch slapping up. Talking about my new girl. And so we brought her in. She's heavy, she's durable, because otherwise I was going to say, I've got to go over to the shop, my classroom, to make things, but now I've got her set up here. And so I'm beyond thrilled. So one of you is going to wins tonight is going to get a prize embroidered off that new machine. I cannot wait. She might even be able to do hats. So I am over the moon and so thrilled with Simp Dad. And I couldn't wait to get home. And I was fondling her. Her book is so thick that she does everything. So I can't wait. So these are going to be produced. We're going to have, I don't give a rat's ass. I do like the idea of a rat bending over. But it's got to be cute. It's got to be like, that's a rat bending over, but it's a really cute rat bending over. That's the whole, it's got to look benign. It can't look like offensive. That can't be. And So anyway, so yeah, let's go is right. I am over the moon. I am over the moon. So to my new machine, and guess what, chat? I name all my machines except tonight. You get to name her, okay? And what we're gonna do? You guys throw some names out. We've got our wonderful mods are here. Thank you so much, mods. I couldn't do this without you. You keep the chat so nice. You keep the meanies out. And so my machines, my old machines are named Bertha, Bethesda, Beulah, Lucy, Ethel, Sista. I sold Sista. She was a brother Sista. And I have one more. Oh, Covidia, named after COVID because I bought her during COVID. So I've got Covidia as well. So you get to name my new machine. So what do you think? What are we going to call her? She's going to be Workhorse. What are we going to call her? What are you laughing at, Loba? Simply beating COVID in 3 days like a true What? Simply got COVID? He's vaxxed. Shirley Betty? I do have Betty White. My mixer is named Betty White down here in Plain Jane. What? Everybody in the streamer house has COVID, including Simply? Really? You didn't tell me? Wow. Are they okay? I'd make them all soup. Wow. Have you thought of the name Bubba? Did you hear that?
Yeah, yeah. Simply okay.
Hey, you guys, is Simply okay? I will have to reach out. Why don't you? We'll have to call him.
You got your drink on the desk.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing. You don't need a desk anymore. You're retired, bucko.
Unemployed.
Unemployed? Retired. Yeah, and unemployed. He said, okay, so Dad's like, you've got your drink on my desk without a coaster, right? It's like, build a bridge and get the flip over it. It's my desk now. Wow. They said, hey, hello to you. I think he got tested. Zola has it. Ms. has it. Cindy. It seems like pretty only thing he said he's feeling better today. Wow. Call my son. You know what? Let's call him. I'll call him. See if he answers. He's done that to me. How many times has he done that to me, chat? Where he calls me on stream. I wonder. I have before. There's a Walgreens not too far from where they are. I've called the Walgreens and had medication delivered. So I'll have to call to see if he needs anything. I wish they had chicken soup as us, like a chicken delivery where I could send him soup. No, I don't know. If he doesn't like chicken soup. Well, what could I send him? Nachos. Wow. Biscuit, how are you doing, Biscuit? Biscuit, how did you make out with the Christmas gifts? Did you do okay? No, that's okay, Maro. That's okay because we're so busy down here, Simp Dad and I, and when we get down here, there's so much to do to open the house and I just spent the last 2 weeks with Simply. He left the day before we did. And so I saw him up until, and he was fine because we kind of kept hunkered down a little bit. So, yeah, Biscuit, how'd you do? Been better, and it didn't work, though she greatly appreciated them. You know, the hardest thing in life is when, I believe, is when you really are head over heels for someone and you adore them and they don't reciprocate. And one of the toughest lessons that I've learned in life is you can't make somebody love you. I mean, that it either happens or it doesn't happen. But there's somebody out there for you. There just is that's going to love you like you love them. Absolutely. I have this, and I read this to you guys before, but I want to read it again because I think this is huge. This is huge, guys. Special someone, you met her a few minutes ago. Oh, nice, nice, nice. See, you don't, if you if you're with someone that you love and they don't love you, that means you do all the work. And you're the one with the heartache. They're coming along for the ride. You're all involved. You've thrown everything into it. You know, that it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't, because you're going to end up with a bigger heartbreak. And Biscuit, I know what a quality person you are. And she's out there, and when you see her, she's going to adore you like you adore her. And I mean, it's hard. It's hard. You know how many toads I kissed before I found Dad? I'm surprised I didn't get the herpes and everything under the sun. No, she's out there. She's out there. You just gotta find her. But in the meantime, work on yourself. I've told you guys, anybody can get married if you set your standards low enough. That's not what you want. That's not what you want at all. You don't want to settle. You don't have to settle. You're learning to move on from one of those relationships. Birdie, I kind of like that. Birdie. Yeah, I have so many times. I remember years ago I dated this fireman, and he was a big, strapping, he was good looking, he was nice, and I adored him, but he really wasn't into me. He just wasn't. You know, I'd come by and make him a pie, make him his favorite pie, and make him this, and he's like, yeah, thanks. I mean, I was falling for this guy left and right, and he, you know, I was just vanilla to him. He was my everything, I thought, but I was wrong. I didn't know what love was until I was 31 when I met Dad. That's when I found out what love is. That's what I found out. Because it came back to me. I wasn't the one just giving it and giving it and giving it and let somebody else take it. You know, where relationship means two people have their hands on the handle of a wagon and you're both pulling it together. And sometimes you're in that wagon and I'm pulling it. Sometimes I'm in that wagon and you're pulling it. Give and take relationship. And until you find that, I mean, how much work is that to have to be everything to everybody and there's nobody there giving you what you need? Can't work that way. It can't work that way. You're going to be miserable. You want someone that just adores you. And they're out there. Just keep your standards high. Right? I want to read this to you guys. I found this and I clipped it. Because I think it's really sound advice. You know me, I like to get on my soapbox, right? And preach. Okay, not really preach, but I mean talk. All right. Don't be afraid to get back up again, to try again, to love again, to live again, and to dream again. Don't let a hard lesson harden your heart. Life's best lessons are often learned at the worst times and from the worst mistakes. These are the times when it seems like everything that could go possibly wrong is going wrong. And you might feel that you'll be stuck in this rut forever, but you won't. When you feel like quitting, remember that sometimes things have to go very wrong before they can be right. Sometimes you have to go through the worst to arrive at your best. All right? We never know what life's going to throw at us, right? We never know. But it's how we respond to it. And please understand, in relationships, you want someone that's going to adore you like you adore them. It's too much work to think you can carry the whole relationship. It just is. It just is. And it isn't worth it to you because you lose. Now, I was on such a quest because when I was in my mid-20s, I was divorced, and was looking for the perfect man. And I took a sheet of paper and I wrote down all the qualities that I was looking for in a human, everything. And I remember my aunt, my great aunt, who was in her 80s at the time, and said to me, she goes, "Do you think you're ever going to find that?" And I said, "I'm not settling. I will stay happily single if I can't find what I'm looking for." I said, "I'm going to have another baby. I can tell you that right now, because I'm not just, children were important to me. So if I didn't find the right mate, I was still going to have another child. That was a given." And I told my mom, I said, "Be prepared. If I don't find someone, I'm having another baby. I'm sorry, but I cannot have one child, from the divorce. So anyways, when I met Sim Dad, he checked off every single thing except he didn't have blue eyes. That was the only thing that I didn't count on those tree trunk legs. Now that was a perk. That was not on my list, tree trunk legs, but he had that. But I was on the search, and I threw myself out there. I joined a gun club. I got my pilot's license. I was where men are, and just kind of getting out there a little bit. And it was through a dating service, believe it or not, that, listen to you, Panesh. Hey, if you don't have chemistry, you don't have chemistry. It's not like you can go click my ear and all of a sudden, oh, I love you. I've been waiting for you my entire life. Where have you been? That doesn't happen like that. My mother will say, and this is very crass and very crude, and you are warned, that love will climb up a pig's ass if that's where it's set. And I don't know what that means, but I've heard it my whole life. And my mother, who never swears. So in other words, you cannot predict who you're going to love. It just happens. It just happens. But what you want is for them to have the same feeling. And understand that there is not one person in the world for you, because you know what? We'd never find them. There's many people that will love you and you will love. It just is. It just is. So, yeah. Hey, Corgi, how you doing? That's right. I will not settle. I will stay happily single until I find what I'm looking for. And I did. I didn't find him until I was 31. And we've had the best life together. The best life. Because he was looking too. And when we met, it was like he didn't have any baggage. I had a child, but not any baggage to go with, per se. And it just... My trash can. What went in the trash can? Something fell in the trash can. Oh, Sip Dad's armrest. Now that he's not working anymore. Okay. But anyways, it worked out. I would have loved to have met... If I had met Sip Dad sooner, we'd have had 6 or 8 kids. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Because that's our biggest regret, is not having more kids. But they're out there, you guys. You just gotta... And I know with the COVID, I realize that. But I went to an online dating, it was a dating service, but it was not online. It was a private dating service. And he went to the same one. We both forked out I forked out $150. I think he was in it for 6 months, and I think he forked out like 200 or more. I'd have to ask him. But we went to someone because our paths would have never crossed, Sim Dad and I. And the ironic thing, when you think about life and that, is that when I met him, I was working, and I told you guys this, a lot of you guys have heard this. I was working as a nurse at a group home in Hilton, New York, and that's where Sim Dad was from. And when we met, our second date, when we really got to know each other a little bit, and I said where I worked, and he gave me the street. I said, yeah, I know the street address. It's this. He goes, no, it can't be that house. And I said, why? He said, that's where my best friend lived, and I played in that house all the time. And so I said, well, when you walk in, if you go to the right, is that where the bedrooms are? And he's like, and it was just ironic that the house that he played in as a child is where I worked. And I worked a county away, so it wasn't like I was even close. So isn't that wild? Anyway, I love you too, Miles. How are you? How are you? It's scary. I feel like I'll never find someone. You will. You absolutely will. But you know what? The only person that I know that somebody walked into their bedroom and they end up marrying was my son, Tool. Tool had a house when he was going to college up in Duluth. No, he was in Duluth. He was up in Bemidji. When he was up at the U in Bemidji, he shared a home with 3 or 4 other college guys. And one of them had a friend. And Tool was at his computer, and she walked right into his bedroom to say hi, to meet him. He didn't even have to leave his bedroom to find his wife. And she's a keeper for sure. You guys seen Alicia. She's fabulous. And so he's the only one. So that's not going to happen. With me, it's like I was turning over every rock. I mean, I got my pilot's license so that I could be surrounded by men. I mean, I was doing things where men are because I was on the hunt. I called it the hunt. And it wasn't until my friend said, let's go to this matchmaking service. It's like, I'm not going there because I was having fun with the pilots. There's no more fun group than pilots because we all get planes and we fly somewhere. And that was a lot of fun. But I said, okay, I'll join. And that's where I met him. So sometimes you've got to be proactive in life. And the thing that scares me about online dating is people can pretend to be anybody. And they can have a picture up there that's 15 years old. And so I believe in my experience, putting out money for a service made it more. A lot of people aren't going to do that if they're going to scam you. You know, I mean, back then that was a lot of money. And I actually had to borrow it from my girlfriend and then pay her back because she's the one that wanted to go to the dating service. But that's where we met. But I'm just a little skeptical of some of these online dating apps. I just am. So be careful. Be careful. But, friends of friends of friends. I mean, and the thing with Simp Dad, it's kind of funny, is that we didn't know each other. We were counties apart. So I didn't know anybody he knew. He didn't know anybody I knew. And I remember having the conversation that... and I could still remember, and I think he was taken back because I just wanted to get it out there. If you're abusive and you like to slap, you might get one. And he's like, and his stepdad's a big guy. He's like a football player. He goes, you think you can take me on? And I said, well, you got to sleep, don't you? You're not gonna, because it was important to me never to get in an abusive relationship. And please, if any of you are, get the hell out. Nobody has the right to control you or dominate you in any way. Got to be equal, okay? Man, I've been on my soapbox. Holy buckets. Let me drink some more. You found your man by being close friends with his older sibling. There you go, Sister Iris. Your brother met his match through Tinder on a second try, and he got real lucky. How that Tinder? Do you have to pay for Tinder? First time viewer. Hello there, Uncle Red. How you doing? Hey, fat boy. You got yourself a pretty wonderful person. You've been with her 12 years. Good for you. Two of my best friends met through Tinder and they're engaged now. No, Tinder is free. Really? Just be careful. And kind of a funny story. When Simp Dad joined, he just wasn't having a lot of luck dating. I don't know why. I honestly don't, because I think he's a doll baby, right? And so he went in there to the dating service. Now, when I went in, you could kind of say what's attractive to you physically, or because there's got to be that little bit of that animal magnetism, right? Oh, you're wearing yours too? Sister Iris has a rat's ass shirt. Yahoo! Good deal, good deal. Hello there. Hello there, totally groovy. So, Simp Dad, you watched your mother go through an abusive relationship for 10 years. It was a lot. Definitely get out if you're in one. No one has a right to take away your sunshine. Nobody. Get the hell out as fast as you can. There are shelters. There are ways. Can you imagine? Okay, is this the person that I want to grow old with? Is this the life that I want? If you can't say yes, then get the hell out. You deserve to be happy. Your book, all our books have nasty chapters or things that have gone wrong, but that kind of molds you into the person you become. Just get help, get out right away, because you don't want your children to think that this is how life's supposed to be, that someone's got a right to slap you or berate you. That's a ground rule that we have, is that there is no name calling. It does not exist with Simp Dad and I. If you can't call me honey, dear, sweetie, lover, something like that, you don't call me, there is no stupid idiot. There is none of that. That was our ground rule from day one. Is that even if we become we haven't really had we don't fight. So I mean, but if we did, the ground rule was there is no name calling. It's kind of funny. Tool said to me, he goes, well, oh, he's a funny kid. Tool's not streaming right now. Hopefully he'll get back to it again. I wish you could see him for how he is, because that kid's a cut up. And he said to me at dinner back in like September, he goes, well, Mom, you never prepared me. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we never saw you and Dad fight, so I don't know how to fight with a woman, because there was never any fights at the house. It's like, oh, please, Jeff. Ground rule, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to end up apologizing if you call somebody a name. I'm sorry for calling you a big fat idiot. Why even say it? You know, that's what I clam up. You know, if I'm getting, and Sim Dad and I, we're really good about hearing the other person out. You know, and really good about not ever slamming the person. And the one thing that Sim Dad taught me, and because I had a friend that was whose husband was berating her, and I said, man, I'm trying to give her advice on, you know, because she doesn't feel they've got so many years into the marriage to walk away from it. And then Sim Dad said to me, he said, you know, tell her to tell him, and because you don't want to amp up, you don't want to pour more gas on the fire. Is that when this happens, I feel this way. You know, it's about my feelings. It's not, you did this to me, and then I got mad because you're pointing the finger, you're going to amp it up. You're kind of going, you know, when this happened, I felt terrible. You know, I had no idea that you felt that way. And then when it was directed at me, I just clammed up and felt bad. Express your feelings. No one knows what you feel unless you say it. Unless, well, I guess anger, you would notice that right off the bat, right? But I just want you all in a healthy and happy relationship. That is my goal for you guys, because life is wonderful. And as I've told you before, I turned 67 a little over a week ago. And the 60s have been my favorite decade. So I want you all to get there happy and healthy, right? You got told knockbacks make excellent comebacks. Oh. Yes, Mom. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for the pictures. No one has a right to take your sunshine. Yes, no, nobody has that right. And don't give them that. Your mom moved me into an abusive relationship with a man. She was with him for over 30 years. He just died in October. She's never been more happy, but I resent her for allowing herself and me to be abused. You know, there's some people that don't lack, that can't rise above. And those are the people that I feel sorry for. I was raised by a dominant mom, and in a good healthy family. My dad was kind of quiet, but my mom was effervescent. She was wonderful, but she was strong, and she raised us strong. And there's some people that aren't raised that way, and are kind of told, well, that you got to take it. You're in that marriage. No, you don't. You don't. You are entitled to be happy. Who could be happy if somebody's berating you and you got to be afraid when they walk through that door? That's no life. You know, and we don't know how long we walk this wonderful earth. We have no idea how long we're going to be here. So make it count, you guys. I want every one of you to be happy and healthy. That's your right. I'm sorry about that, Igmatic Cat. But you know what? The one thing that you get from that is recognizing that in a relationship, going, been there, done that, not doing that again. That's I hope that you take away. Sim Dad will say, you know, when you meet someone that you might say, oh, I'm going to do that, or I'm not going to do that. So take away the fact that you've been there and you're not going to repeat that. And you're entitled to your happiness. I feel bad for your mom. It took me a long time to realize that you need to love yourself before you can truly give yourself fully to someone. Exactly. I wasn't happy with myself in the last relationship, and it resulted in me being a controlling jerk because I was insecure. Lost an amazing girl to that, but it taught me a valuable lesson, and I've learned to love myself and to be more trusting. Good for you. You know, that you grew from that. Good for you. Your mom and dad never called each other names. That was a rule. Yeah, that's a great rule. Because you're gonna have to. One thing in life that I hate to do more than anything else in the world is apologize. So that's when I kind of go, you know what? I'm gonna have to eat that. I'm not saying it. Zip it up. Zip it up. It's not coming out, and I'll walk away. I'll walk away. You think we should just give everyone KitchenAids? Pam the Spam. Oh, Pam the Spam. Pam the Spam sent me that KitchenAid, that scale thing. I did not bring it down to Arizona because I don't want to break it. But that is my favorite toy ever. Oh my God, it sifts. It sifts. It's an automatic sifter. It's got this little chute that goes into my KitchenAid. I can't wait to see the technical baking that you guys will see when I get back to Minnesota. Thank you so very much. That that was like one of the best gifts I've ever gotten in my life. Thank you so much. Your parents went out of the way to present themselves as a united force to my brother and I. If they argued, they went out of the way to put it behind closed doors. Excellent. There you go. We're not always going to agree. If everybody's agreeing, nobody's thinking. That's what Sip Dad says in business. But I mean, in the home life, there's always going to be a time where I think we should do this. No, we don't have the money to do that. We're going to do this. But people need to hear each other out and then come to a compromise where people are like, well, I gave in this time. Okay, that's not that important to me. So yeah, go ahead and do it. You like it? Mom's saying, I'm going to make some more of these. I am going to look for, I'm down here in Arizona, and I'm going to start to scour the web to look for cheap sweatshirts. If I remember the Comfy Dumfies, I got them for $3 a pair. If I could find sweatshirts like this, we can do a rat's ass giveaway because these are fun. And now I got a new machine, and I want her to do some. Okay, let's see. Toxic relations happen. But let's see. Has one of the biggest things that I feel is missing. Sometimes toxic relationships happen between two good people. It can. Sometimes you outgrow people. I mean, we change and we evolve sometimes, and we're not. But the thing is that I said to Sip Dad, it was kind of funny. I said to him, I said, I will always be faithful to you. In the day that I feel I can't be faithful to you, you will be the first to know. I mean, because that means we have no relationship. If I want to be with someone else, that means we have no relationship, and you will know first that I'm done. But we've worked very hard because we met each other later in life, and it just works. I feel very, very, very fortunate because we listen to each other, and we respect each other. And the one thing, we're a lot alike in a lot of ways. We both have a good sense of humor. I would say we're pretty much intelligence wise kind of the same. Kind of, not that's a big difference, but we have qualities that are similar. We're artsy a little bit, but we like to cut up a lot. So that's good. You always hated when your sister called your name. Well, I'm purple. Look at my sister's nickname. We were horrible for calling each other names growing up. My mom had 5 kids in 6 years, no cable back then. And so we were always calling each other names growing up. And my mom, geez, did they give people Ativan back then? I mean, I don't remember being punished for it or maybe we were smart enough not to do it in front of mom. Who knows? Hello there. Archer God, thank you so very much, and welcome to Zip Mom's Bitch Slapping Club. I've just been on my soapbox for a while, just yapping away and talking about relationships, and yes. I love you guys chiming in. And you're absolutely right, Maro TV, is you got to love yourself before you're able to give it to anybody else. And if don't expect someone's going to fix something wrong with you. You got to fix it. You're the one looking in that mirror. Well-deserved constructive feedback is more helpful than saying nothing. Yep, that's a good one. Oh, Sister Iris, I think I was a jerk in high school. I was with a clique. Hello, Doc Ravioli. How are you? Are you using that damn it doll? Huh? Thank you so very much for your sub. Thank you so much. I think that when you're, in my opinion, right? Like I said, I'm not an expert on anything, but I got an opinion on everything. Is that I wish I was nicer in high school. I think I was a little too sharp around the edges a little bit. And just I think I could be a jerk too. I was with a clique of girls, and I think we could be very catty at times. And if I could go back again, um, um, I actually got asked to the prom years ago by someone who was a good person, but I regret now not going to the prom with him. I turned him down because no one in my clique got asked, and I turned him down. But I also didn't want to lead him on. I didn't want him to have to fork out all this money because there was never going to be a relationship. Going back, I would have gone to prom with him, but let him know that, so that he would have had the experience of prom. And I regret not doing that. But I was, we were a bunch of girls and we were catty. We just were. And I regret not having the insight that I have now. But how could you? You're still evolving as a kid. And I wish I would have done things differently. I think we all do. I think we grow up and realize that, geez, that was a moment and I missed it. I was an idiot. We all don't hit the mark every time. And you do better when we know better, we do better, right? Hey, Doc Ravioli. Yeah, I'm just on my hey, Under the White. How was Christmas? Christmas was fabulous. Christmas was fabulous. Simply came home and with the grandkids, and it was good. Everybody was healthy. Made lots of cookies. We ate lots of cookies, and it was, we had some karaoke, a little bit of drinking, although my biggest mistake, didn't have any bubbly to make mimosas on Christmas for brunch. So now, after Christmas, I bought 2 bottles, and they're going to stay in the refrigerators downstairs so that we can have mimosas on Christmas, because I think that's kind of special. Self-reflection is the hardest thing you can do. It took me 4 years to truly really understand why I was the way I was, but I'm glad I had those 4 years of tough times. Good for you, Marl. Good for you. Good for you. Sister Iris, I think we all do. I think we all do, because it's like we're transitioning in our teenage years between a child and adulthood. And I think it's tough because we've got to figure out things along the way. I mean, wouldn't it be great to go back to kind of to have a time machine? Okay, I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to say that to that girl. I'm not going to say that, or I'm going to do this to her because she I should have been more responsible with her. I should have been. Maybe one of my girlfriends had a bad day and I should have not been sharp to them. It would be great to go back and correct everything. But, I think our mistakes and the bad and the roads that we travel turn us into the people that we become, and we learn from them. As long as we learn from what we did and don't repeat things that aren't good, I think that's okay. Nobody's born perfect. And it's not like we got a book to go, okay, she said I'm fat and ugly. What do I say? Okay, I can say this. We don't. We just, our emotions. And as women, come on, ladies, when our hormones turn off, when we're 13, our brains turn on. When our hormones turn on, the brains shut off. So we're not even thinking half the time. And you guys, okay, fellas, your phalluses, you have to get we go. I mean, your body's becoming an amusement park. So we're not always, we have so much sexual tension that how can we think right? 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 Come on. Right? We're thinking about, we go from middle school or elementary school, all of a sudden, oh, guys. Oh, wow. I mean, when those hormones turn on, and women, guys, understand that hormones have more to do with our behavior than anything else in the world. Fact. Absolute fact. Our levels of when the horns come out, it's all related to hormones. And when the horns go back in, that's all related to hormones. So cut us some slack, all right, fellas? I like this. What Ignig says, it's scarier if people don't change or don't grow and get stuck in bad behavior. We should always be learning and evolving. You're right. You're right. Hello there. Oh, so Staker Shack, you played. You were on that. You were a gamer, huh? Simply was a gamer too. But you know what? I didn't mind that at all because I think I might have even said to him. I said, "Women will be there to screw you up all the rest of your life. So the later you start, the better." Because I'm a woman. Hello there. It's hard to read when it's red with blue. It's yes. We're just chatting away. My date at the dance wouldn't give me a ride home, and my mom had to pick you up. What? What? Oh, Zibmosis, thank you so much. You know what? I've been around the pier a whole bunch of times, and I'm picturing a sitcom plot where you tried to spend 1/3 of the prom with each of them, and it ended horribly. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Hey, you ask away. Ask away. I didn't have anything planned for tonight than the yap. Go ahead. Go ahead. Emart, ask away. Your prom was terrible. It was an all-girl group. You know, and now girls can go to the prom. You can go alone, right? I mean, you don't need a date now. Years ago, you had to go as a couple. And so, because none of the girls got asked. And I was the head of the decorating committee for the prom. You want a bitch slapper? But my mom is just going to be like, what the fuck? Good news. Good news. My scan and cut that I used to cut these letters out broke. And because I see that little carrier back there, that's a scan and cut. It's a used one, but it works. So, bitch, if you want a bitch slapper and you win one, I'll make you one. These are fun to make too. Everybody needs a good bitch slapper. So, Goffy, you know, yeah, your mom would be now. Hopefully, you're not 8. You know that you're well into your teens. I'm hoping that you are. Hello there. Thanks for your follow. Goffrey. Is that it? Goffrey? Did I say it right? You're older than 8. Okay. Because if you're not, you should be watching Disney. Now, good. You would like one too? Well, we're going to give away some prizes. Good news is, guess what? Simply and his brothers bought me for my birthday. Should you guess? Do you want to guess? All right. You don't want to guess? Well, I'm going to make you guess. No. I'll show you. I'll show you. A sock? No, Dad gave me socks for Christmas. Hold on. I got so many flipping cords here. And guess what? It has marbles on it. But I don't have all of my Twitch and my OBS settings set yet. So we're gonna next Saturday night we'll play marbles. Bought me a computer. I know, how cool is that? Simply and his brothers, they all went in and got me this wonderful computer, and it's because Simply said to me, he goes, Mom, he goes, I hate seeing you with that slow computer. And it's like, yeah, yippee skippy. It's my lucky day. Yes, I know. Ignig. How much? It's fabulous. Literally pull my name up and have Google translate it. Let's see. Adam, how are you? Thank you so very much. And for resubbing to Simp Mom's Bitch Slapping Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hey there, Warlord. How are you? Come on and sit down. I'm just talking about crap tonight. Hey, somebody was asking for oh, here we go. So I'm in college and one of my friends won't get vaccinated. Her family is very conservative, but I didn't realize she aligns so much with views that I don't agree with at all. She has been through a lot and I don't want her to feel alone, but it's hard to hang out with someone normally that I don't agree with a lot of stuff that she believes. Sorry, this is long-winded, but I really didn't know what else to do. I haven't seen her in months. Man, are we a divided country or what? And I know many of you folks are from around the world. And uh, the, we have half of my family, believe it or not, are anti-vaxxers. And I have spoken to them at length that, unless we all get in the same boat and go, we're going to be stuck. I mean, we all have to. I felt it was my civic duty to do that. And like I said, Simdad and I are fully vaccinated and boosted. And some of my family refuses to do it. And I think it's hard because I think we would have been in a much better place. And I'm talking about the states. If we'd reached herd immunity, which is around 80% of the population, and we're at 61. And so we still suffer with this. That's a hard one. We have people in this park that are very politically motivated one way or the other. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I vote for the person, not the party. And that's how I always be. And I voted on both sides of the aisle. But that's hard. And we have dear friends of ours who are not vaccinated. And there are people in the park here that if you're not vaccinated, don't even come to their door. Don't even come to their door. And where I teach embroidery, and I was just told that one of my I have sub teachers, people that teach projects underneath me that I've trained, and one of them is not vaccinated. And I approached this person and I said, shouldn't you be wearing a mask? Why? I get too claustrophobic. I can't wear a mask. So it's hard for me, but I still respect people's fears. But when Simply in Tool, in the Bear, and my daughter were 3 months old, I brought them to the doctor and allowed the pediatrician to inoculate them at 3 months old with what I don't know what's in it. I just know I don't want them to get horrible diseases. And so when CDC says this is what we should do, that's what I'm going to do. And I kind of don't get when somebody else doesn't do it. Yeah, it's a divided world. You got your third shot? Why do we all have to? Well, that's just it. I mean, I would be horrified if I didn't get the shot and I passed on, and I might have survived the illness, but I gave it to somebody else. Do you know one of my very best friends growing up lost 2 cousins and their mother the same week. The cousins were in their 40s and they were in perfect health. As a matter of fact, one of them was a bodybuilder. In a matter of days, the family was wiped out because they got COVID and died. And I guess at the end of the day, if you're going to get it and die, but I just felt it was my civic duty as a human being not to pass this on. That's where I feel. And I accept people's beliefs that don't want to do it, but I kind of don't want to spend time with them, until this is over. I want to stay safe. I years ago contracted a respiratory problem because Simpdad's house backed up to a factory, and my lungs. That's why I don't fly airplanes anymore, because there were fumes in the house that destroyed my lungs, and so my flying days were over because I flew VFR, and it's just if I were not to have the vaccinations, I fear that my lungs wouldn't handle COVID. And what if somebody gave that to me? What if I did everything right, but somebody gave that to me and killed me because they didn't want to have the shots? That's my thing, is that I don't want to infect anybody. And I want to live. I want the world to open up again. You tested positive today and your whole oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Well, hopefully, I hope that people stay safe. And this strain that's going around now, it doesn't sound as bad, but I want this to be done. How do I feel about Sipley's Booty Cheek song? Love it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that a lot of you young people, you're going to get through this, but a lot of us old people aren't. And because it's an airborne thing and it's highly contagious, you go into a store because I'm going to get a candy bar or something, and you're going to cough, and this poor old woman's coming up to the counter and breathes what you just coughed, and she dies. I don't want to be responsible for killing anybody. You know, I had masks. I told Simp Dad, before masks even came out, I was making them as a nurse. And I said, and also Simp Dad, only one of us would go to the store. We both wouldn't go. And I said, have eye covering too, because this is a mucous membrane too. Cover your eyes. And so we tried to stay very safe. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. You've got to think about the other people out there. If you were in a cave and you could stay in your cave and you could not have any contact with anybody, then don't be vaccinated, because you're going to be fine. You're not going to infect anybody. But if you're not vaccinated, I don't think you have a right to be out and about where you could pick it up, be asymptomatic, and put somebody else in the intensive care. You guys understand that once you're intubated, and people didn't understand what intubated meant. It's not like you've got an oxygen mask. You've got a tube down your throat that's breathing for you. Only 30% of people that are intubated will live. That's pretty scary. So if you're in the intensive care with a tube and you're intubated, you only have a 30% shot of going off that machine. You're less worried about dying than I am about long-term symptoms or infecting someone else. I mean, if you could isolate yourself completely, then don't get the vaccination. You're not going to hurt anybody. You're not going to hurt yourself. But boy, if you want to be out in the real world, that's my feeling, is I considered it my civic duty to do this, because I did not want to be asymptomatic and then cough on somebody and put them in their grave. I just didn't want to do that. You're waiting on your COVID results, and the only place you were the grocery store. Well, all it takes, this is so contagious that you just cough and the molecules are in the air. And how long did they say they could be in the air? For quite a while. And we got to breathe, so we get the air. I mean, look at a fart, okay? Have you ever been walking in a store and somebody farts? Right? And there's like nobody there, but you can smell it, right? I mean, this stuff is airborne. It's there. But anyways, that's kind of my I simply was so scared to come home last year. I mean, he just was because he was so afraid of giving me something, because he'd have to travel through an airport. And I think what they need to do is you can't fly unless you're vaccinated. I think that would get us to herd immunity like that. Your COVID farticles. Yes. Well, yeah, Gaffrey, I get that. I get that. Yes, when you smell, you breathe it in. You sure do. I mean, what do you think? Unless you hold your breath, right? Right? And we know we know many people that have succumbed to it. So it just is. And so hopefully, with the Omicron, maybe this will just whip through everything quickly and then leave. That is my hope, is that we're going to get to the end of it. I think we are too. Hey, Mart, how you doing, 42? Thank you so much. Get your comfies on. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your Prime. Yeah. It can remain, okay, so here we go. The coronavirus can remain in the air for up to 3 hours. So that means somebody goes in, sneezes, nobody's there. Hey, nobody's here. I can go in here. You breathe it, you got it. Wow. See how scary is that? Here, how many years growing up did we touch everything and we didn't have like a screen, the plastic, the screens were in front of the post office or anything. I mean, and boy, is this a rude awakening or what? Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just be proactive and take probiotics. This kind of surprised me that in a world of modern medicine. Hello there. Gifted a sub. Archer Gab has gifted a sub to Boo Boo. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for your generosity. The one thing that really shocked me about the coronavirus is that how the CDC didn't tell us what we could do to boost our immune system. Take probiotics. My family has taken probiotics since 2004. Simply takes them every day. I take them every day. Dad takes them every day. I mean, what we could do to help us, because, okay, it's a virus that's going to come in. What if we've got soldiers that are going to fight it? And that's at probiotics. I mean, I'm a huge believer in probiotics. Absolutely huge. Do your research, folks. And I'll tell you why it works. I'll tell you exactly why it works. I took a nutrition class years ago with the most brilliant nutritionist in the world. And I was a medical professional. I've been a nurse my whole life. We're open to things that I've never even heard about or knew about. And she started talking about probiotics. And I said, well, why should I take those? And she said, well, because probiotics, you have antibiotics, which kill bad bacteria, but they also kill good bacteria. Probiotics put good bacteria in your alimentary system, which is the tube from here to there, right? So that when things invade, it kills them. You got these soldiers down there with swords and they're with the probiotics. And so it's like, yeah, right. Okay, I'm a little skeptical. I'm a science girl, but I'm a little skeptical. So I put my family on probiotics. After listening to this, I put everybody simply on probiotics. And that's when I switched simply from having cereal in the morning to protein drinks. He was he 4 or 5? And I said, there's not going to be any more cereal in the morning. He said, what? I said, you get your choice, eggs or protein drink. And that was it. Once I found out about blood levels and insulin resistance and things like that. So the reason I know probiotics work, long story, I mean, I'm circling back, right? Not distracted by any shiny objects yet, but it could happen, is that up until my family took probiotics, at least once or twice a year, we would have the stomach bug, where people would heave, throw up, and have diarrhea. Right? If you guys had that, where all of a sudden it's like your both ends, right, are on fire. Okay. So when we started taking probiotics was the last time anybody ever threw up in my house or had diarrhea. And that was in 2004. Up to that point, it was at least twice a year. Because as soon as one person got it, we'd all get it. And realizing that, wow, taking this little probiotic every day cured that. I mean, amazing. Because I'm giving good bacteria. So when something bad comes in, it's got, these guys are down there with swords and they got shields and they're Exactly. You pretending what I'm talking about? Yes, aren't you? Now, how many of you take probiotics? How many of you take probiotics? And vitamins too. But vitamins work a lot better when not only are the soldiers down there fighting, The probiotics are also when the D3 comes in. Okay, you go over here. You go here. I mean, they're helping you absorb your vitamins better. Zinc and vitamin D. Yep, I Simply takes D3. He takes magnesium glycinate. He takes a multivitamin, and he takes probiotics. You know, that would be the best case scenario. Absolutely. Marl, my only fear is that it mutates again because we haven't eradicated it. And then it becomes something that even the vaccination won't help. That's the only thing that scares me. If you had told me years ago there's going to be pandemics, like, no, we're way too advanced for that, but apparently not. You take vitamin and K2, yeah. You don't take probiotics, but eat a lot of sauerkraut. If you could eat enough consistently, you can get your probiotics. But you know what, I take the easy button because some days I don't eat it. I don't eat right because I want that candy bar. No. You should get your family on probiotics, and the probiotics that you want contain the two ingredients that you want to see in probiotics. And this is my opinion, but it worked for my family. Remember, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. Please do your research. You guys have the web in front of you, so please do your research. But I take a probiotic that has bifidobacteria and acidophilus, one for the stomach, one for the intestine. And it just, do you know how freeing it is not to clean up puke or diarrhea? As a mom of 4, it was like, what? No more puke? I mean, this is what is that worth? I remember one of my kids wanted Pepto-Bismol, and I'm not a big Pepto-Bismol person, never have been, but he liked it, and it wasn't Simply, and he wasn't feeling good, and so I gave him, okay, here's Pepto-Bismol. 5 minutes later, it was all over the carpet. No. I hope so, Archer God. That is my hope too, that it's dying. Yeah. So that would be good. A new variant? There's a new variant now? Oh, please tell me it's not. Maybe it would be so nice if it just gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Because, you know, the regular flu kills what? How many people a year? 50,000 people a year? I mean, the regular flu kills. And that hasn't shut down anything. But, you know, this was an eye-opener for us, folks. This was an eye-opener. With a new variant. I'm going to have to read that. Was it about 50,000 a year, Marlo, that died from just having the regular flu? So we've always had to worry about that. But there was even a time a few years ago, before COVID, when in Minnesota, they had a school, they called school off for a day because there was just too much flu. So I hope this makes us become kinder people at the end of the day. And it will be interesting to see the kind of art and music that come out of the pandemic. You know, post-pandemic, what people are singing about, or what the art. It just be very curious to see how this. Hopefully, there'll be some good things that come out of this. No need to worry about it. That would be good. Has over 46 mutations. Wow. Inside by Bo Burnham has been one of the most beautiful pieces of pandemic art, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see what evolves from this. It will be. You don't know if you would be starting Twitch. I wouldn't be streaming if the pandemic didn't start. His Simply came home over Christmas, and he was the one that wanted me to stream, and it's like, who's going to listen to this old woman? But I'll go anywhere, as you guys know. I mean, I'll go. And then you guys made it so much fun. But had the pandemic not been going on, I would have been out and about more. And that's the one thing I missed, is because I'm a shopper and I love to pick up clearance bargains. And when the COVID hit, it's like, I kept this ass home. You know, and that's when you go in and to me, that's why I was able to always have inventory. because if I see something that's reduced 90%, I'll buy the whole lot. I mean, I'll buy them all. And do I like Simply's music? I love everything he does. I love his Freshman 16 song. I would have to say that that's one of my favorite, his Freshman 16. Do you guys remember that? And he does some good tunes. His Booty Cheek Man was just amusing to me, just amusing. We'll have to see, Golly. We'll have to see where it all began. Oh my God. Yes, he is very talented. He is very talented. You have a clip of the first stream, and I had an echo. I mean, now I know what some of these buttons do, right? And I had an echo, and that's what made me a little bit uneasy, because I am not a technical person. I mean, I can program a morphine pump faster than you can shake a stick at. I'm good with my computerized embroidery machine. I can digitize, but this was a whole new industry, the streaming, and I knew nothing. Now I know when my stream freezes what I've got to do. Before it's like, Danger Will Robinson, Danger Will Robinson. And that's probably why it's Danger Will Robinson. We have our icon for that. But it because of the pandemic, that brought me on. And Dito on Dito. That was, yes, I like Dito on Dito. Absolutely. Your son is isolating to a derelict exposure of a friend of mine who passed from it. Just found out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. Get him probiotics. Get him probiotics. Oh my goodness. You're re-traumatized. Oh, you know what? You guys, that's why to me, it's like Small Ant Mom, Chess Mom Meetup. I think we should do a mom stream. I think that we should do the moms of, they have the housewives of Twitch, right? We should do the moms of Twitch. Somebody should set us all up, and then you guys come in and ask questions. I'd be up for it. I love being on the housewives of Twitch. That was fun. I just wish that we would have commercials saying, go out, get probiotics, and let's get some good antioxidants. Remember that protein is your body needs enough protein to get through the day and to heal. I wish there was more naturalist commercials for people, because people don't know. People don't know. You like the Housewives episode? Well, that was the first time that Discord, that Simply helped me set that up on Discord, because it's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And for half of it, it was like I was not even seeing it. Seeing like everybody in their own boxes, because I didn't know how to do that. And but that was fun, because I'll go anywhere. You know, I mean, what do I got to lose? You know, if you get any insight from anything that I say, then that's a good thing. Or if you get a gift from me, that's even a better thing, right? Yeah, they were wonderful. I hope to meet QT one day. If she was coming to, I think they were supposed to come to Maya's Thanksgiving. And I would love to do like a bake-off with QT where we both do wedding cakes. I think that would be a hoot. Wouldn't you guys think that would be a hoot? A hoot and a half. Discord confuses me, because one time I thought I was out of it and I heard somebody talking to me. And it's like, oh, what's going on here? Big brother. I would love QT. That would be fun. That would be fun. And I want to do the Mario cake. You know, when I get back to Minnesota, because my kitchen's bigger there, maybe I'll make the Mario cake. Would you guys like it if I made the Mario cake? You know, Mystic Blue, it's kind of our country. You're right. The pharmacy ads. You know, do you have this or this? And then they tell you, you know, these pharmaceuticals. You know, well, you got this rash. Okay, well, but you might get cancer. You might die. You might have anaphylactic. You might have all these horrible side effects. But your rash will be gone. Say what? I keep the rash. Make brown butter chocolate chip. Oh, you got it. Send it to me, because you're making me hungry. So it's not, that makes perfect sense, Marl. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Have stories for us? What do you want to know about? I have all kinds of stories. I have all kinds of stories. I thought of one the other day and I wish I had written it down, because, you know, at this age, like I said, I as long as I know when I wake up in the morning who's next to the bed with me, it's good. And the time when I'm so senile and I wake up and I don't know who that was, it could even be more fun. You know, hey, who's that? Oh yeah, what you got? What you got, boy? I always say to Sip Dad, I said, where'd that strapping youth go? How come I got old man now? Where'd that nice straight those thighs go? I got old man. But I love that old man. Yes, gamer. Nick and I were supposed to do that, and then he had the computer problems. We were going to. I would give him a run for his money. I had poor Slick when we did Cringe in the Kitchen. I don't think he knew how to take me. You know, because I loved because I remember I said I'll be your cougar, and I think he didn't know where to go. He didn't know where to go, and I was having so much fun with him. It would be yes, that was a hoot. That was a hoot. It was fun. And I have to tell you, there's not when I went down there, you know, sometimes people don't know like when you come to Mrs. House, they don't see me right away and these people are great. Not one person would I say, oh, what a jerk that was. You know, because sometimes you meet people that are so full of themselves that, hey, this is me. Not at all. I mean, the opposite. You know, I mean, like, I love Sinak. I love Sinak. Love Sinak. Love S-Fan. These guys they're just charming. Charming. And I think that I've been around where I could hear things, you know, where they didn't. So, in other words, they weren't like, hey, let's behave because Mom's here. They showed me who they are, and these people are wonderful. Train wrecks. Did I meet train wrecks? But that doesn't sound familiar. Doesn't sound familiar. Does Simp Dad ever snore? Sure. I think I do too. He's great. He's great because if he does, usually it's okay. I can sleep through it. But if I can't, I'll tap and go, honey, could you roll over? You're snoring. Oh yeah. And over he rolls. He's so good. He's so accommodating. S-Fan. Love S-Fan. He surprised me. I would say that S-Fan surprised me. And Alinity surprised me. Because S-Fan is like, you know, I see him on the stream, and he seems like a nice guy, but he seems like somebody that might be off stream. He's like this teddy bear that you just want to sit in his lap. I mean, I love S-Fan. And Alinity, I first saw Alinity when the cat issue. Remember when she threw the cat years ago? And so that's how I knew who she was, because of the cat. And so when she came in, I was making cookies, and she said, she goes, oh, I'm Alinity. And I said, she goes, you probably don't know me. And I said, oh, I think there was a feline thing that happened a few years ago. She goes, oh, you do know me. She goes, oh no. And I said, no. You don't have to worry. You know, I mean, she was taken back. It was like, oh, you know that. And I said, yeah, I've been around the pier a few times, and I adore her. She's just as sweet. She helped put eyes. Her and Rich Campbell were helping decorate some of those the spider cookies, and Alinity is lovely. She has, you know, what you see. I think her persona is a little different online than she's off, because I think you have to be sometimes. I mean, what you see with me is what you get, but I think sometimes that she comes out across a little different. But she's lovely. She's absolutely lovely, and I've got a wonderful picture of her and myself. I showed you guys, right? In front of, I loved her. I love Alinity. Absolutely love her. As a matter of fact, I sent her a gift. Did you guys see you guys saw the gift I made her, right? You saw the gift? She's a smart and she's beautiful. Yes, she sure is. Yes, she is. And, I wish there was a way to say, phone, show me the picture of Alinity. You think I could ever do that? I took a bunch of pictures down there. Simp Dad wanted to see the house and, you know, the house and that, and it just, I did not take a picture of the outside of the house because I don't ever want to dox Ms. There we are. I look like a grandma. Yeah, I am. You know, I have an Android. I got a new one. I like it. I like it. I still don't know um, everything. But oh my God, you've been traveling with your mom, and we normally get a 2-bedroom hotel room, but I've learned she almost pulls the paint off the wall when she snores. I got to tell you, I traveled with my sister and her best friend, and we were in. They traveled together, so they were used to hugging each side of the bed, and so I got the other bed. So we got 2 double beds in this room. It was deafening. It was like being at a train station and trying to sleep on a track when a train's going by. Those 2 queens, I mean, I have never heard that loud of snoring. I mean, I was like, how am I ever going to sleep? I could have the headphones blaring Queen, and my bed would still vibrate from their snoring, even though they were in the bed next to me. Never, ever, ever did I ever hear 2 women that could, it was just, I think I walked around with bloodshot eyes the whole vacation time because it was like, I got no sleep. I was thinking, could I sleep in the bathtub? How many pillows could I put in the bathtub? Shut the door, put clothes underneath. I mean, I swear to God that when we got up in the morning, the furniture was all moved around the room by their snoring. That the vibrations of them snoring, the chairs were bouncing around. Never, ever, ever. And then sometimes they'd be in unison. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, the neighbors. I mean, you're talking about people on the either floor. Are you kidding me? I just have never heard, and they were both not big women. It's like, how can their heart not just stop because of all the stress of the I mean, the noise they were making. And it was deafening. So, and my dad snored. My dad snored, and that was a comforting thing because we slept on the second floor, and he was underneath, and we could hear him, and that was always comforting to me because I knew Dad was there. So but it wasn't deafening, and then you gotta love it when they have you're kind of almost asleep, and then I wish I had well, if I would have broke the speaker on my phone if I had tried to record it. I need to drink more ice water through a saw. A habit from nursing. Oh, okay. They've had sleep apnea, not just snoring. Well, sleep apnea is if it's not rhythmic, and they actually stop breathing. But I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my sister and her best friend snoring. Stepdad came out and gave me the look. It's like, not talking about you, poor fella.
Can I get you anything, Mom?
You're so cute. I'm going to marry you. Oh, we're already married. I guess we don't have to do that. I would marry him again. I would. Dad snores like crazy. It's almost impossible to sleep next to him.
Anybody know anything about electric mountain bikes?
Stepdad wants to buy an electric mountain bike. Does anybody know anything about electric mountain bikes? So nice to see a happy couple. Yeah, I like him. Oh, bird. That's funny. No, nobody so far knows anything. They're cool. He wants one, but he hasn't owned one. Hello there, Trika. How are ya? They might make biking fan. We went out and did a bicycle ride today. I'm not a good bike even as a kid, I was not the best bicyclist. I could never angle my bike when I made turns. I had to be upright, and then I've got to turn like this. Oh, no, slice serve. The reason I do it is for my lipstick. That's the reason that I do a straw for the lipstick. Nope, that's got nothing to do with nursing. Because when I put it, when I drink like this, I leave my lipstick here. It's a lady thing. It's a lady thing. Yes, it's a lady thing. You bet. Yes. Stain your teeth. You're right. And I have been. I picked up a tip years ago, and Chat knows this, is that I work with a Jamaican nurse who had the whitest teeth I ever saw, and that was back then when we didn't have the whiteners like we have now. And I said, Violet, how come your teeth are so white? And she said hydrogen peroxide. And so ever since then, that has been my to-go-to, is hydrogen peroxide. It is. Hello there. Thank you for your follow. Yeah. Thank you for your follow. So you guys, any questions for me as we venture into, let's give a gift away. Wait a minute. Whoa, who we got there? Theodore Jones, how are ya? Not tonight, but very soon we're going to be playing marbles for gifts. How about that? A beautiful smile. Well, you're sweet. You're sweet, Slicer. You're very sweet. Did everybody get their gifts that went out? Did everybody get gifts? Okay. Marbles. Yes, next stream. Because Simply said I have to have 2 monitors, and I do have 2 monitors. Now I actually have 3 monitors. Look like Miz. Miz has got like, when I go into Miz, when he's streaming, it's like, where's the camera? I mean, he's got so much going on there. Then he's got that wonderful computer that's a ball. It's a ball. It's a ball. Check the mail in a while, but it's probably on its way. Yes, teeth, to me, when you meet someone, grooming to me, I don't know about you guys, but it's always been important for me when I dated someone that they were well groomed. That was huge. I don't like stinky. It was huge. And teeth, I mean, hydrogen peroxide, what's 99 cents a bottle? Put a little on your toothbrush. You know, that ball PC has terrible airflow. The Wonder Ball, really? So, let me see. What should we do? Should we bring up the crystal ball? Because I don't have marbles yet. Marbles will be fun because then I can commentate. You know how Simply commentates? That's what I want to do with marbles, is commentate and make it fun. That'll be really, really good. Yeah. So next stream, we had so much to do getting down here that I have not, on my new computer, I haven't put all the programs on yet. And I've got stuff to do. I need to be a good girl and sit down and do it, but I'm not technical, so it takes me a little bit. So what I would like, today is the 8th. Oh my goodness. 1-8. Whoa, who do we got? Who's coming to town? Is gifted a sub to Mash Sound, and Theodore Jones is gifted a sub to Satan Spawn. Well, thank you so much. Oh, you gifted 5 subs. Well. Thank you so much, Theodore Jones. Theodore Jones. Thank you so much. And so we got Lucky Beggar, and we got Jellyfish, and we got Satan Spawn, Mash Sound, and In Light Speed. Wow. Get your puppies on. I think I can do the marbles without Simply. It's just as soon as I get everything set up, because on my Twitch I don't have like my opening song and things, and I've got to move them over. So that and I want to do it right. So yes, I can do it. You got to go. I got this. Yeah. What does that green thing mean? What does that mean? It means poggers. Oh, okay. All these emotes, and it's just it's interesting. So I can't wait to use my new machine. And so we're going to give a gift away so I can use my good machine. What can you win? Hold on, I'll get a couple of things. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm coming. I got all kinds of stuff, even down here. And I've got a tiny, tiny, tiny room here. So I want to show you something first, you guys. My new machine can do this big. This is, remember I told you I got that used machine, and they refurbished it for me. And so they sent this under that they had printed out. Look at the size that is. That's Pooh. Silly Pooh. But look how big. So I now have the ability to do big, big stuff. Although this looks like tens of thousands of stitches, but they're perfect. You can tell by the back. When you embroider, you have to be able to make sure that the bobbin thread is in the middle. Can you guys see that? The white is in the middle. And that means it's a perfect stitch. How cool is that? Yeah, huge. I think this is 12 by, no, this is bigger than 12 by 8. I wanted to show you that. I can't wait to use her. She's turned on in there. And but I do have some, I've got Holy Buckets hats. You guys remember the Snailed It? New people, do you know the story behind the Snailed It? New people. How can you win something? Oh, well, we'll see how you can win something. The snail is really kind of naughty. And I have Simply hats. I have one striped hat, and I have black hats, Simply hats, right? Bertha did these. I'm going to try making hats on her, with her. I might be able to do it. I also have towels. I think I have a Tootsie Roll beach towel, a couple different beach towels. I have hand towels. I have aprons. I have tote bags. Got all kinds of stuff. So what I love is when you guys say, you know what, I got a towel, but I really love bells. I can't get enough of bells. That's okay. There's a support group for that. No, I'm just kidding. So we had someone, and you guys saw this, for Mark Tholomew, right? You saw Mark Tholomew loves his puppy. And so I was able to, I can digitize, so I can make stuff that you usually can't make. Oh, here's what Noodles got. His cartoon. I digitized his cartoon and put him on a thing. And I love, this is going to go down as one of my favorite things. This was an apron for Mark Tholomew of his dog, Boots. So when you win, what you could say is, I like to know your favorite color. So if you get a tote bag and you want your mother's name in red or your name in red, or a towel with your name in red or blue or green, or you just want a red towel, I will tell you what I have here, and I have quite a bit of stuff. So hello there, Pierre. How are you? Love the dog. I know Mom's Tango. Yes, it's German Shepherd. And next time that we do, next Saturday night is going to be, oh man, not for the faint of heart. We are doing Sensuous Saturday Threesome Part 2. For those of you that cringed all through Part 1, where the vacuum cleaner made its first appearance, this will be better. This will be better. This will be better. This will be good. You have a German Shepherd too? Oh, very good. And I think we need a Simply wallet. What do you mean a Simply wallet? You need the money that he makes in his wallet? I want that too. But I don't have Marbles yet because Marbles is on the new computer, and I promise you I will work on getting all my programs moved over, and then we can do Marbles next Saturday night. It'll make its first appearance. Wednesday we're going to be making a chocolate mint cookie. Yum. He's already leaked his credit cards once. No need to drain his money again. Yeah. I was watching that. He was with that handsome guy. Oh, what is his name? Dave. He was with Dave. How could you not be distracted if you went out to lunch with Dave? I don't care what sex you are. When you see that Adonis of a man, are you flipping kidding me? When I went over to Mrs. house, it's like, where's Dave? Is Dave hiding anywhere? I want to see if a person can look that good in real life. Dave. I know, wasn't he something? No, how unfair is it? It's too bad when we weren't in utero. We could go, okay, I want big eyes. I want great eyelashes. Check. I want to have an IQ above 120. Check. I want to have long legs. Check. I mean, it's too bad we couldn't hit there later, like when we go to McDonald's or Burger King and have it our way. Yeah, we'll have the lettuce. We'll have the cheese. We'll have this. I mean, we could pick what we wanted to look like, and then people come out looking like Dave. I mean, how unfair is that, right? Mom's Tango, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for your generosity.
Mom's Tango cheered. X100, thank you so much.
Simply is a true Adonis. Simply is, thank you again, Mom's Tango. Thank you so much. Simply, well, my boys are 6'2", 6'4", and 6'8". So they're honking big guys. And Simply's a cutie pie. I mean, but you know what? Now I got to hug him around the waist. I mean, he's so flippin' tall that it's like I can't reach his shoulders or comb his hair, right? I'd have to get up on a ladder. But I hug him around the waist because he's so tall. Nella! Here's my Nella. Yay! Yes, it is unfair. It is absolutely unfair when people come out to look. Well, look at J-Lo at 50. Are you flipping kidding me? I mean, she's a 10 out of 10 at 50. And some of us, it's like we scramble. I mean, man, if I didn't put on makeup, I'd be scary. I'd scare you all. You know what? Would you guys ever want to see me put on makeup live to see what I look like without it? I am flipping scary. I am scary. But I'm not vain. I don't care. I'm 67 years old. What do I care? But I do care. But I don't care. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? How tall is Simpdad? Simpdad is 5'11". Oh, Gamer Scrub, you're sweet. I'll send you $1. You're sweet. Larry's, on my side of the family, there isn't any man that's over 5'5" on my side of the family. There just isn't. They're all, my grandpa was like 5'2". My father was 5'5", maybe? Yeah, I mean, he was short. Simpdad's grandmother was over 6 foot tall, and her gene, that's why my babies are so tall. The bear is 6'8". He hates it. Remember, you guys, when he comes in and I say, Willie's so tall. He was born on February 4th, 5th, and 6th. 6'8", he's tall. You're 5'6". I mean, that doesn't mean anything. It just, some of the most manly men I know are close to 5 foot. It doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. So don't ever think because you weren't given tall genes. It's what's between the ears, folks. It's not any other physical attribute. It's what's between the ears and your heart. That's how a person is measured. But it's just interesting to me because my sons, we're not used to tall people. And I remember simply saying, I want to be as tall as Willie, and he's almost there, 6'4". What, Maro? Why you do that? Why you do that? That's me, the manly man. You don't have to be. Like I said, One of the men that I really adored in my lifetime was shorter than me, and I'm 5'4". I mean, it didn't work out for various reasons, but I mean, it's what's between the ears and the heart. That's the only thing that matters in life. Everything else is superficial, right? Right. Right. Okay, let me open up the ball, and we're gonna say goodbye to the ball because we're gonna be doing marbles. Love that we're gonna be doing marbles. So what I want, okay, if you have never received a gift, because there's many of you out there that have received. I know one person that's here tonight has received, I think, 7 gifts from me in a year. 7 gifts. And many of you have received more than one. So what I want is for those who have never, okay, you guys, let's play fair. They've never received a gift from me to play this time, okay? And then we'll get everybody in, all right? Because we want to give everybody a chance. Remember when I started streaming last year, I said, you're going to receive a gift and then you're going to get another. Do you know how many Saturday nights it's been when there was no one on there that didn't receive a gift? So then they're receiving their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th gift. So hang around because you will get a gift. I'm telling you. All right, let's bring the ball up. Here it comes. Here comes the ball. Here comes the ball. Everybody play, because not everybody play. No, not everybody play. Let me get rid of these green lines. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. So what we want, if you have never, oh, Mom's Tango, you're my 7 gift person, aren't you? Yeah, I love making gifts and sending them out. Okay, that's what you're going to do. Exclamation point. Then the number 8, the word ball, and then enter. Oh, no. I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. I got balls on the mind. I'm sorry. Exclamation point. The number 8, the word enter, and then push enter. This is if you haven't received a gift, okay? You've never received a gift from me. Ooh. Okay. This was a gift from someone. I helped her out with this huge project she had. She sent me this. She came over and gave me a gift. All right. Exclamation point. The number 8, the word enter, and then push enter. A new follow. Hello there, make say. Well, then get in the contest. Get in the contest. Come on. Here we go. Let's see whose lucky day it is tonight. Let's see. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Okay, thanks for your follow. Who do we have? We have Small Spoon. Small Spoon, where are you? Come forward. Are you in the States or are you across the pond? Doesn't matter where you live. Because of your generosity and because of your subscriptions, gifts go around the world. Okay, I'm not doing this to make money because believe you me, I'm not making any money, but I am covering postage and that is huge. Where are you? Small Spoon. Hello there. Yes, where are you from? Are you in the States or are you across the pond? Canada. I send tremendous to Canada. Tremendous. So what I need you to do, Small Spoon, is to whisper me your email. I will reach out to you so I can get your information. And the reason that I do that is because then I can associate your email with your name. And I have like a spreadsheet that I keep to keep track of folks and their addresses. Okay? Yahoo! Yahoo! Let's do it again. That was fun. Let's do it again. And this is only for people that haven't won. Let's do it again. I feel generous tonight. I got to use that new machine. Okay, who we got? Gamer Scrub. Gamer Scrub, are you there? Gamer Scrub. Gamer Scrub. There you are. How are you? You just won. Where are you from? Gamer Scrub, where are you from? Let's go. I know. Let's effing go. Okay. So, like I said, you could get a Simply hat. I got a bunch of Simply hats. And I only have one striped hat. So what I'll do is I'll flip you out an email. Get back to me right away because there's just one Simply striped hat. And, of course, we have the snail. Snailed it. Love it. Corgi. That was Corgi coming up with snailed it. See? Someone was saying that we ought to have something that kind of reverse, so it kind of looks like this on the other side. We could be a little naughty, right? Yes, I made, Lord Bobby, I made the snails. You guys have been asking for the snails, and I drew it. Turned it into stitches. You love your Simply Hair? Great. Hello there, Sadie. How are ya? Welcome. Get your comfies on. That's part of, when you hear that on the song, the whole meaning behind that is get comfortable. Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And earlier this year, 38 of you got Comfy Dumpies with a Bitch Slapper logo on them. Actually, I found pajama pants. You love your intro? I do too. That was made by Meow Suri. It was made, first he did the song and then he put the video for it, and I absolutely love it. Yes, Gamer Scrub. So you could pick a snail that hat. You could pick a Simply hat, and I have lots of the black ones, the black Simply hats. Or you could get a Holy Buckets hat. Yeah. So I will reach out to you and let you know, and then you can pick. Yahoo! Let's close up the ball for a little bit. I can't wait to use my... You guys ever get like that where you get a new toy or a new game and you just can't wait to clear the calendar with no distractions, with a full belly, and just dive into your activity? Whether it's a new game, and with me, it's a new machine. Oh, you guys, you need to help me name her. You need to help me name my new machine. Okay? I sold Sista. She was brother Sista. And I told you earlier, I've got Bethesda, Bernitha, Beulah, Lucy, Ethel, Covidia. So we need that's all, folks. Melanie for short. Like to smell new copies of physical games. Smells are unique, aren't they? I love that you brought that up. Smells will bring you, will evoke memories. I remember years ago, living in Texas for a stint and walking into a bakery where I could smell my grandma's cookies. No, it wasn't my grandma's cookies. It was my aunt's cookies. And I could smell those cookies. And those cookies tasted darn close. And it was amazing how you don't think of things for years. And then you smell something and it just brings you back. You love that you stream. Will you ever stream with Simp Dad? He's not really big into... I think I could probably get him on for a Q&A at one point. But he's not really big in yapping. I mean, when I first started streaming, if you guys remember, I would stream for hours until my voice cracked. And then it's like I'm losing my voice. And then I would stop streaming because it's like I never shut up. I'm self-amusing. I'm like this self-amusing toy. I think that's one of the reasons Simp Dad married me. You love this. So you guys, what smells... Curious, what smells trigger your memories? Is there something that you smell and you, oh, I remember that? So grape flavored chapstick made me think of a putty thing I used to play with as a kid. Oh, cinnamon and star anise? What else, you guys? What smells trigger memories in you? Pine trees. What do you think of, Weasel, when you smell pine trees? Does it bring back like Christmas? First time turning on the heater for the season. We had on the farm, we had outbuildings. We had an old farm in New York. And one of them was, my grandfather called it the well house. And the well house had this rickety door. And it had like a claw that would come down to shut it. And when you opened it up, it smelled like, there was this cement vat that was probably, 5 feet tall, this well. And then that's where Grandpa kept his tools. And he had a can of kerosene and a can of gasoline. And so you would smell fresh water plus a little bit of the gasoline smell. And it was like heaven. I mean, it was like, you could put me in a million rooms, but if you put me back in that room, I would know it growing up. Hot chocolate makes you think of a local ice drink. Oh, cool. Eucalyptic? Priscilla Pickle Patch. Mom, you think I'm going to remember that? The PPP? Maybe I would. Pomegranate burnt bees. Reminds me of your freshman year of college. Really? Ocean salt water and a certain detergent for laundry that a certain family used. Cool. There's a specific low smell. I could be blind as a bat, but I could tell immediately if I was in Lowe's. Fireplace reminds me of going snowboarding. Fresh linen candles. Oh, you guys are good. What else? Bring me more. Black tea bags reminds me of drinking tea with my grandparents and using them as an air freshener with my brother. Oh, that is so cool, Max. Wow. Old Spice, your grandpa? Oh, I think every man in the world that was like 100 years old now wore Old Spice. Lumber. Yes. Happy New Year to you, Park. Happy New Year. Thank you. Slightly burnt toast reminds me of Christmas mornings. How cool is that these scents trigger this? My ex wore Victoria's Secret perfume, and every time I smell it, I get triggered. The smell of pipe tobacco. That, yes. Burnt wood by a campfire, yes. Always had a bunch of buttered toast and cheese. How cool is that? That we have a sense that will automatically trigger the brain. I mean, isn't our bodies, isn't it an amazing creation? Pine Sol. You know, when we were sick as kids, my mother would take Lysol. Oh, you dreaded being sick in my house. Well, there was one thing very good about getting sick. And there was one thing very bad about getting sick when I was a kid. The bad thing is my mother coming in with that awful Lysol. And she'd spray the whole room and you'd feel it hitting you. This Lysol that smelled putridly sweet. And when you're sick, you're sick. But the best part of being sick when I was growing up is that Dad would go to the Elm Dairy and always bring us home a vanilla milkshake. He always did that when we were sick. We got a vanilla milkshake, and it was almost like, I'm sick. It's like, I got to take that smell of my mother taking a whole can of Lysol. I mean, what did she think she was going to do? You know, I mean, she covered us with Lysol. You know, it kills all the germs. Yeah, it's going to kill us too. But then after that would come the vanilla milkshake. Oh, right from the Elm Dairy. Power of Pine Sol. Okay. In my old house, the smell of fresh garlic. Oh. The scent of the stuff they would put on the puke in the elementary school. I bet critter smells delicious, delightful, and delicious. I agree. I won my ex over by saying I smelled like Fabrisco. I don't know what that is. Malted. It was just a milkshake. It was not malted. I've never had a malted. Our bodies. You know, when you think about, to me, you know, sometimes I'm laying in bed. You know, I think about how insignificant we are. We are like, where does the universe end? You know, what is infinity? How can there be infinity? I mean, but there has to be, or there'd be like a wall at the end, right? But that's hard to imagine how insignificant we are. And I'll be laying in bed going, man, that is just amazing that we are just a dot, right? But then it's just amazing to me, our bodies. And that's another thing I think about, because I'll be going, what a factory. What kind of factory are we? We manufacture hair, right? You guys, we've talked about this before, eyelashes and different kinds of hair. Like the hair down there is different than the hair up here. right? And this is fine hair. Why doesn't this hair have to be cut? Why do we know that just this hair grows? You know, and look at we have boogers. We have saliva. We make fingernails. We make toenails. I mean, what a factory we are. We make mucus. We make eggs. I mean, it just, to me, the human body just never ceases to amaze me in its wonder that in 9 months, I can create another factory that makes all this stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, Pope Squidward, how are you? How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Pope, you're one of my favorite people, you and Em. I hope we get to meet again. I want to have Em do my eyebrows. I hope you're doing well. Who puts an amusement park right next to the sewage plant? Only you, Biscuit. Only you. Only you. But you're right. You're right. I mean, you're right. Yeah. Why don't we pee out our nipples or something? I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. The amusement park. And what a wonderful amusement park it is. It's not seasonal. It's open all the time. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Yeah, I'd love having an open amusement park. Someday it's got the best amusement park. You're supposed to eat your toenails? Yeah, in our body. Yeah, you're right. Our body's also a source of amusement for us for various reasons. Plus, we can braid our hair, you know, and we can paint our nails. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff we can do with our body. This is great. This is great. Interesting. You guys not eat our toenails? You ever sit next to you know when you're little kids and people eat their boogers? Food reminds me of it. Man, I have a way of slithering to the gutter. I think I must have been a fish at one time. I think Dad and I are both fish at one time, and we've got to get back to the gutter or the water somewhere. Yeah, I know it. Me too, idiot. Yeah, boogers. No, you don't eat boogers. But I mean, it's just your body's a source of amusement. I mean, I can pluck my eyebrows. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things. You brush your teeth. You can floss. You know, those little immunity builders. You got that right, Kat. You do. But what an incredible when you think about it. I mean, in the body, you know, it's like you're growing and things are changing and you're developing, and then you get to a certain age and you reach the peak. And then it's downhill. Yeah, I'm sliding down pretty quick. I'm on the other side. But you know what, you guys? Don't worry about growing old. Just take care of yourself. Like I've told you a million times, the 60s are my favorite decade of every decade I've ever lived. 70s were a lot of fun, though. We got the party started. We absolutely got the party started in the 70s. Yeah. Oh, you didn't clip that. Oh, Biscuit. I mean, the thing is, wouldn't it have been more convenient if you peed somewhere else? Right? I mean, if the body was designed that maybe there was like a little nozzle coming out of your hand or something, and you were able to, okay, I got to urinate. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, good. You know, but you're right. Why did they put the sewer next to the amusement park? I mean, you're absolutely spot on with that. I think that was ill planning. A woman would have not done that. A woman would have said, everything down there is going to smell like roses. We're not going next to yeah. Or out your nose, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Why does the best part, why does the baby come out of the pleasure pouch? I mean, it's like, why couldn't the baby come out somewhere else? They're both amusement parks for some people. This is true. This is true. No, that's true. Oh man, no, simply he knows my mouth. He's grown up with my mouth. He knows. Delivered by the stork should come. The stork should come. You know, guys, I had 3 C-sections plus I had natural childbirth. And we talked about this as well, if you guys remember. I had a 32-hour labor with my first child. And I can precisely describe childbirth to you guys that don't know what it feels like. I can absolutely describe it to a T. And I'm gonna, just for your amusement. Okay? For you guys who haven't heard me say this before, okay? This is for the guys. Touch your bottom lip, like with both your fingers. Everybody do this. Grab that. Okay? You got it grabbed, right? Does that hurt? No. Now pull it over your head. That's natural childbirth. Any ladies out there that have had natural childbirth with no medication, chime in. So when your woman's having that baby natural, yeah. If she doesn't have an epidural, she's got an epidural, she's good. But if she doesn't, yeah. And I remember going, this was so funny. So 32 hours labor, and I finally called the nurse. I put the button on, and I said, you know what? I can't take this anymore. Can I get an epidural? No, it's too late. Okay. Things you only do once. And the boys, my boys were also big. They were C-section. Ryan, Simply, and Tool and his brother were all sections. But that's just, yeah. Your ex said she didn't even feel it. The birth. Well, that's because she got the episiotomy. Or she had, not the episiotomy, she had the epidural. I mean, like I said, I took as much pain as I could take, and I said, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Bring on the epidural, and it was too late. So I got to experience the whole thing. Yeah. Yo! C-sections are much better. Yeah, a lot better. Nice day. I am fantastic. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Did you have a nice holidays? So did everybody have a pretty good holiday? Or did anybody have something happen that shouldn't have happened? Uh-oh. Why is this? This should not ring. What is this? Oh. I'm going to try calling Simply again. I'm going to call Simply again. See if he answers. Oh, I froze. I froze. Oh, no. Let's go here. You guys, I have really sucky internet here. And I called because I have to be hardwired here. Activate. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm a robot. I'm coming. Let's see. Activate. There we are. No, I won't leak him. I won't leak the boy. He's supposed to get a new phone. I wonder if he got it. Let me see. My poor baby. Wonder if I can send him any food. I don't like it when my kids are sick and I'm not there to take care of them. I don't like it at all. Let me see if he'll answer. Might just go to voice. Hey, thanks for your follow. Come on to the Sip Bombs Bitch Slapping Club. Hello there. How are you, Best My Pants? Haven't seen you in a while either. I hope you had a great holiday. Wow. Might want to put it on a speakerphone until he answers. Okay, I can do that. He's not answering. Poor fella. I hope he's okay. Nope, went to voicemail. Okay, I hope he's okay. I'll text him. He always answers back in text. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll take care of my boy. So let's see. You've had 2 and can't imagine how anyone could not feel it. Ah, Mystic Blue. Yeah. You talked to him 45 minutes ago. How's he doing? Your mom had C-section. It was like, it's the only way to go. I got my nails and hair done before my appointment. Yeah, no, C-sections are. And when I had Simply, they put morphine in my back. And after I had him, it was like, oh, let me get my blood. Usually, after you have a C-section, you're kind of like, but I was like, hey, company, come on and see this gorgeous baby of mine. I had my makeup on. And I told you the story about the nun coming in. It's okay. He said he would call me after the stream. Okay. Maro, do I know you? Do I know? Have I met you? You sound like a nice guy. Yay. So I wonder if Simply gave everybody gifts. When Simply went home, I made gifts for Ms. I made Ms. pillowcases. Did you guys see the pillowcases I made for Ms? Did I take a picture? I don't think I took a picture of them. Sometimes I make things so quick that I get them packed up and I don't take pictures. I am going to, you guys, as I make pictures, start putting them in a file so we can go over. Oh, I just have one. Oh, okay, I made him a towel. It says Wapekiff. This phone doesn't want to do it for you. Sorry. And I made him, I used that same face. Whoops. I used that same face and I put it on 2 pillowcases. And I put a sleeping cap on them. And it says, and some Z's. And it said Sleepkiff. Because it was kind of funny. So when I went down there, I said to Ms., I love Ms. I love Ms. There's something about him I just adore. And I went out and bought him. This was back in May when I surprised Simply on his birthday. I went out and bought him black shorts. And I said, you got to lose those gray shorts. They're a little much. He goes, no, that's why I'm Pisskiff. And I'm like, oh, God love you. God love you. So when he said that I'm Pisskiff, I was thinking of what could I make for Ms. And then I made Sleepkiff and Wapekiff. They kind of go with Pisskiff, right? So that was fun. And I want to make a cover. They bought me, Snack bought me a KitchenAid when I went down there, when I was cooking for the Halloween party, Maya's Halloween bash. And I want to, and you guys named it because it's a light green color, Mint Kiff. And I want to make a cover for the KitchenAid that says Mint Kiff on it. And I'll get to that at some point. You're just an active chatter in a stream. Yeah. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, he's a good guy. Simply, it was so good to have him home. It was. So anyway, so for Miskiff got 2 pillowcases, and they're real. I hope he uses them because they're Egyptian cotton and they're very soft. And they have sleep kit because I made 2, so he could each, if he's got company, they can have one too. And then I made I made Alinity and her roommate both bath wraps. Their favorite color is pink. Did I not take pictures? Man, I get things made and I put them aside and I just ooh. This is what it looks like to fracture your face. I got hit in the face with a baseball. Come on. Really? No snake sightings down here yet. No rattlesnakes yet. I have been looking for my friend the rattlesnakes. And none yet. You guys know the guy next door died of rattlesnake bites. Tell me I didn't take pictures of that. Oh my God, they did such beautiful work. I am such an idiot. I made them bath wraps and they were so beautiful. I'm an idiot. Okay. I am going to have a Simp Mom gift log, so I can show you. We can talk about some of the gifts I got sent and some of the pictures. I can take pictures of them. And yeah. But so Linity and her roommate both got pink bath wraps with their initial with flowers all over it, and I made Emaru. Emaru's got rabbits, so I found a font with a rabbit font for an E, and I made Slick a towel, and I made not simply Russell a towel too. So it was good. Is Larry making a drink? Yep. How could you tell? He's laughing. How could you tell?
Mom's good.
They want to know if you're getting lucky tonight. What do you think?
Let's say I'm up for it.
He says he's up for it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's yeah, that would be accurate. That would be accurate. Wow. What time is it? 9 o'clock, 2 hours. Wow, I haven't shut up in 2 hours. How surprising.
Just getting warmed up.
I'm getting warmed up. Yeah. Yeah.
Just getting warmed.
Just getting warmed up. Okay. Yeah. My retired boy. Oh, this is, you guys, you have this to look forward to. You know, huh? No, I'm good. Thanks, love. Yes, Biscuit, you got that right. Hugh Hefner has nothing on him. But Hugh Hefner's dead, so he's a stiff anyways. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, there he is. There's my boy. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Boy, when you meet the right person and you can go through life and raise a family and have fun, you know, it's 11 p.m. Mom, yes, where you are, East Coast. You're right. Yeah. Oh, Ignig, thank you so much. We have a lot of fun together. And sense of humor is going to play a huge part because you got to know when to just give it up. You know, I mean, am I that blurry? You guys, I look blurry. Am I blurry? I'm looking at my thing and I look blurry. But Simp Dad's camera makes me look really old. Really old. Like I ought to be wearing those diapers that look like you're wearing real underwear. Okay. You thought Booty Chick Man was quite vulgar for good guy simply when I saw it. He should focus on Mario more. No. Well, you know, I think he's evolving. I think I think it was just funny. If you just take it for what it is, that it's funny, and he's got another song about booties. I don't know his fascination, but you know what? When I saw it, I was accused of making his Booty Cheek Man robe, but I did not make it. I did not even know about it until it came out. But you know, I think he was having fun with it, and I think it was just, to me, it was like, okay. But he's so talented, and he has so many good melodies. Like I said, that Freshman 16, I love that song. And Dito on Dito on Dito on Dito. Who does like a good booty? You got that right, Marl. Simply going to get some sip on. Oh, Mom's Tango. I mean, it's like, yeah. 30-something years of, never mind. Evolving toward large cheeks. Simply can make whatever he wants. The oh my God button. Is this generation's humor? You know what? I think he had fun. What I like about the Booty Cheek Man is actually not the song as much as I like the special effects of the video. That it seemed to be done the video itself was done well. Now, whether you agree with the content or enjoy the content, that's, you know, for person to person to decide. But I thought that the video itself, especially the special effects, were done wonderful. And it was like, you know, as a mom, it's like, okay, you know, I love that he's having fun. And if people, I mean, to me, especially when he's choking on the cigar at the end, that to me is my favorite part of the video. Is he's this cool dude and he likes booty, and he's pulling toilet. Why he's pulling toilet paper? I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's okay. But at the end, when he coughs out, I'm the cool guy, and he's, that to me was like, that's what made the video. That's what did. So yeah, the editing was great. He would. I think he would love to. He worked so hard. He worked 8 years to get that world record. He worked 8 years to get that. And the most fascinating thing about that is that was during COVID, and we were home, and he was in Duluth, and I said, "Please come home. Nobody's working or going to school." He wasn't. I said, "Please come home," and he wasn't home long, and I knew he was so driven that I was so glad to be able to share in that moment. And I just didn't know what he was crying about because we shared a wall, my craft room and where his bedroom is. And I could hear him crying. And it's like, oh God, what's going on? I got to find out. And I probably should have jumped online, but I was digitizing at the time. So I had a program up and I didn't want anything disturbed. And so I went out of the room and went to the hall. It's like, what's wrong? What's the matter? And that's when he said that. So I had a great birthday. Thank you so much, Umbrella. How are you? And you got your gift, right? I have to tell you that when Simply got the world record, I was skankworthy. I mean, I probably hadn't combed my hair. I probably, during the pandemic. Okay, come on, you guys, be real. During the pandemic, if you were staying home, a lot of us didn't do our hair, put our makeup on. We just hung out, let it all hang out. I don't know. I had a bride. I mean, it's like, had I known that he was going to get the world record, I'd have been all made up and looking good. But I was so skankworthy. I would have set off the alarms. That's why I put the mask on and leaned in, because I looked like I was rode hard and put away wet. I looked terrible. And that's why it's like, and then if you watch that video of him getting the world record, once I realized he got the world record and I went to hug him, I wanted to say, "Oh, my baby." And I stopped and, oh, he's online. Don't say baby. I went, "Oh, my." If you play that back, you can hear the BA. Because I didn't want to have him teased about being called a baby online, because he is the baby. But oh my God, it was like, and I'm wearing a house dress. I mean, if I was standing on the corner, people would be giving me money. That's how bad I looked. But he's Simply's a good guy with a huge heart, and he's worked hard. 8 years of running, and he did that. I don't know if he'll get that again. I don't know if he needs to have that happen again. But I do love it when he's running Mario, because to me, the one thing that I feared, I have to tell you this. Let me just see this real quick. Yeah, we'll talk about that, Marl. Do I like astronauts? Of course. Anyone that's brave enough to get in, to climb aboard, you bet. But it was just a fabulous time when he got the record, and I don't think he needs to do it again. But like I said, it is fun to watch him, because the way that he could maneuver. But the one thing I was going to tell you, the one thing that I was scared about was when the neighbors found out. We get together with the neighbors and friends, and we always say, well, what are your kids doing? And we go down, and one of the neighbors said, "Well, I hope the military doesn't tap him." And I said, "What do you mean, military tap him?" "Well, because he's got such good eye-hand coordination. They're looking for people that can react that fast to run drones that drop bombs." And it's like, oh, oh, I don't want him bombing. I don't want him put in that situation. That was the one thing that unnerved me, is that I'd never thought that people that control like the most expensive equipment in the world might be looking for the top athletes, gaming athletes, to control missiles or drones or things like that. And that really kind of backed me up a little bit. I mean, I was like, oh God, I hope they don't enlist him to bomb people. You know, that was kind of scary to me. Okay, so you're talking about, okay, so everybody chime in with this. This might seem like a loaded question, but could spur some good discussion. I lived on my own for 3 years and recently moved back in with my mom to finish school, and I feel like I've been craving my independence again recently. However, I know living at home for the time is the best choice for me. Do you have any advice on how to stay independent while living with your mom? Okay, guys, chime in. What do you guys think? Do it in the shower? Well, where else would you do it? Um, oh, that's good, Mess My Pants. You're in the service, you would know. Okay, that's good to know because the person that said that son is a pilot for he's one of 36 pilots in the world that do the nuclear stuff, and he was like, yeah, they probably get it. And when he said that, I was like, but no, I'm glad to hear that. Um, to remain your independence, yeah, I think what I think it's very common to move back home with the folks again. I think that our generation, when we moved out, we stayed out, but we're finding that our kids come back and need to regroup and then move out. I think as long as you view it that it's just temporary till you get all your ducks in a row, I don't think you have to worry about anything. As long as, sometimes are you becoming the son or the child when you move back, or do you have your autonomy with your folks? You know, you're working towards a goal, and this is working the best for you. So why would you allow yourself to go down in the hole financially? So I think you've made a good decision, and just plan accordingly. This is temporary. Help your folks out. I'm hoping that they're not too controlling over your time and they realize that you're an adult and you're free to do what you want to do. But help out mom while you can, right? That's right. You're doing the best you can to get to where you want to be. So, and you recognize that. It's just a temporary situation to get you everything that you need in life. And how thankful you should be for your folks letting you come back. We would always let our kids come back. Absolutely always, to achieve their goals. Absolutely always. In fact, Sip Dad said, I don't want the empty nest syndrome. He goes, Dad, what would you think if our kids live with us? It's good. I mean, we just love our kids. We just love our kids. Betty, the recruiters, okay. Yeah, Uncle Red. Yeah, Morrow, you're in a good situation because we all need to save money. And life has gotten very expensive. 8 people is huge. Well, that's hard where you're going to get your privacy, but all the more reason to take extra classes and get done quick. Do I have a role model? Do I have a role model? Interesting. I like Betty White. I like her spunk and the ability that she would say anything, and she was smart and articulate. I like Betty White. For role model, boy, I don't know. My mom, maybe my mom. 8 more months of school left. That's good. Yeah, you're going to want that. So you can spend extra time in the library too. Yeah, I want to grow up and be Betty White. I mean, what a blessing she was. She would just say whatever she was thinking, and people loved her for it. And she was beautiful. She was beautiful, right to the end. Absolutely. Okay. What should we do? Should we give away another gift? I like to give away 3 gifts. We could do another gift. 9:30. Wow, I haven't shut up yet. Jeez. I can't get my soundboard working. Maybe once I get the new computer, I can get I need that clown. I need the clown to be on me. I'll figure that out. I will figure that out. Okay. Gotta love technology. You gotta love it. All right. That works, but my I love this sound thing. My farts aren't working tonight. Sounds like a personal problem, doesn't it? Yeah, that's okay. I do love this thing though. I do love this thing because it does all kinds of wonderful things. Where's my flash? Here we go. Yeah, I'm having fun. You're going to start working on resumes. If you need any help, Simdad is now retired, but he's hired and fired a lot of people, and he's the best at giving you interview advice. So if you need any advice, chime in, reach out to me, and I'll set you up with Simdad because he loves to help too, and he's so good. He's taught me a lot. Believe it or not, I'm trying to mess with this. I'm sorry, you guys. Moving objects. I will do this later. Simdad said to me when I wanted to work at a hospice, in a particular hospice, and during the interview, it's like I'm good with interviews, and then Simdad said, ask for more money. I said, nurses don't ask for more money. They're not going to give me more money. And then Simdad said, just say, you guys put this one in your back pocket whenever you're negotiating anything. This is the best advice you're ever going to get from Simdad. All right, write it down. When they give you a figure, don't give a figure first. Don't say, hey, I've got $500 in my... No. Say, is that the best you can do? So when I was interviewed for the hospice and they told me what I would be making an hour, I worked up enough nerve to say, is that the best you could do? And they gave me $1 more an hour. On the spot. On the spot. Okay? So when you're negotiating anything, the person that throws out money first loses. All right? Because they might be happy with less. Say there's you're selling a lawnmower and you want to get $500 for it. And they throw out, well, would you take 6? It's like, yeah, I would have taken 5. Might have taken 4. Person who says the money loses first. And when you say, so Tool, my son Tool, actually went for within the company an interview to get a better paying job. They came back with a very good salary for my son. And then my son leaned in and said, is that the best you could do? They came back with more. So you put that in your back pocket because you're not demanding anything. You're just simply asking because they can always say, yes, that's the best we could do and it's done. Or they can say, no, let me go back and see if we can get more. I mean, it's a very benign, easy way of asking for more. And you might be surprised. I have never, ever heard of getting nurses negotiating money. I mean, it was just a hospice that I went in. And is that the best you could do? Well, no, we could do better. And they did. Okay? So, Miles Davis or Sting? Sting. Is there any instrument talent in the family, instrument-wise? Simp Dad is an excellent bass player. He had a chance to audition for Barbara Mandrell. He was a musician for years. He made his living being a traveling musician in a band for years. And then he got the opportunity to audition for Barbara Mandrell, and he didn't show up. He said, you know what? I don't want to spend the rest of my life on a bus. And he went to college. And then he got his degree in, what is his degree in? Systems management, something like that. So yes, I sing. I like to sing. You know, I the more you drink, the better I sound, typically. I enjoy singing. And get them to say, yeah, you want them to say the number first. Look at those early bird yard sale pickers. Yes. Stepping on everyone's feet in the aisle with the clown shoes. I didn't step on it. When I wore those clown shoes, okay, this is the deal with clown shoes. When I showed up at Simply, if you watch the Housewives podcast, when I'm on it, I Simply brings up about me being a clown and showing up. It is Halloween and him not knowing me. I got to tell you, walking upstairs with shoes this big, you have to turn your feet in. So you're walking like a penguin up the stairs, or you'll flip the shoes off and fall back. So there is a skill to wearing clown shoes and doing stairs. You heard it from me. Your dad was a bass player in the 80s? Oh, very cool. Very cool. You're snorting. What are you snorting? I hope it's not anything white. What if they ask what you are worth? You're a big number to be safe. You ask just a big number to be safe? Well, that's when you say, well, what do you think I'm worth? You know, I bring this, and this, and this. You kind of want to have them bring you the numbers because you say, well, I'm worth 50 cents more an hour. You got it when they would have paid $3 more an hour. Your brother's a bass player. Very good. Like mayo? Of course we like mayo. I like when Meow Sari did his long chicken sandwich and he said, not mayo in the one jar. That was golden. That was golden. You're laughing? Yeah. Your dad's a pro violinist and you play drums. Simp Dad hates karaoke. Simp Dad hates karaoke. I like to go out and do karaoke. Because it's many times they have mics with effects on, so you actually sound better than you really are. And Simp Dad, he'll get some Kleenex and he'll start wadding it up and stick it in his. He just can't stand horrible singers. And it's like when they hit a bad note, it's like it's cutting through him just like knives, and he's sticking so much cotton in his ears. He's funny. You wanted to go to clown college? My daughter went to clown college, and that's why when Simply was in first grade, I think he was first grade at the time, so he'd been 6, and that's why when they had the Halloween thing, and my daughter came over and said, "Hey, make me a clown, and Simply had not a clue. Here, this poor kid, I'm poking on him and following him around. And I had the great big shoes, the nose, the hair, everything. And I had multiple pillows in me, so I was a fat clown. He had not a clue. Poor little guy, clown, will you bother somebody else? Ryan, Mom. It was great. It was great. It was great. Yeah. Okay. All right, Biscuit. Love you, Biscuit. Your dad has perfect pitch. Yeah, so I think when you do have good pitch, when you hear things that are not good, you just cringe it. And Simp Dad, when I bring him out to karaoke, and of course, I think the great singers are good, but I think the bad singers are even more entertaining sometimes. So, and you know what? Everybody up there, not everybody has a great voice, but it's about having fun. It's not about, it's not being on The Voice. It's not being on American Idol. It's just having fun. So anytime anybody gets up to sing, I'm, yahoo, good job. We had a karaoke company years ago, and we would not have been able to make the mortgage had we not had like second jobs. So we had a karaoke company, and I had a ball with it. I had a ball. But it was hard because the kids were little and I was working two jobs and Sim Dad was working two jobs. But you do what you got to do in life. You know, it was important to us that our kids didn't go without. And if it meant I picked up another job, you bet. How to sit in a pile of peanut shells at a naughty theater. Oh, Biscuit! I'll never, you guys, aren't there things in life that you do and you'll never, ever, ever. I mean, they're frozen. When I went to that theater and watched Triple X porn for the first time when I was, 22, 23, with another, one of my nurse coworkers. And it's like I could be there today. I could probably pick out the seat I sat in. And I mean, it's a one-time gig because we did not have computers. So there was no way of seeing pornography. There was no way. We had no computers, right? We watched Dandy of Mayberry and Leave It to Beaver, and there was no, you might see a couple embrace, but there was no nudity, right? And to see nudity or semi-nudity, you'd see an R-rated movie at the theater because they weren't on TV for censorship. And I'll never forget watching my one and only time that I went to a theater and watched a matinee of Triple X. Incredible. Your mom working 2 to 3 jobs and trying to provide after my parents were divorced. I'm so glad she's at a point where she can support everyone on one job. There you go. Hopefully, once I graduate, I can give back. Good for you. Good for you. And good for your mom. What did the theater smell like? I don't remember it. I don't remember an odor. Plus, we were munching on peanuts in the shell. Nudie Megs. That way, I would never, as a girl, buy, that was just, it was just kind of a thing. Hey, they got matinees, like half-price matinees. You want to go see a Triple X? It's like, yeah, I never seen one before. Let's go. Let's go. No, Bleach. I don't think, no, it did not, I don't remember a smell. I don't remember. You know how we were just talking about smells that bring back things? I think I would have picked up if it was like awful, and we might have even turned around and went, but it wasn't, I don't remember a smell. Munching on the 25-foot penis. The first time I saw a 25-foot penis, yeah. I was mesmerized. It's like, where is the cameraman? Where's the camera? Didn't mess my pants. Weren't you on when I was talking about that? Did you miss that? Mess my pants. Did you miss my my porn? Your brother is perfect pitch too. That's very cool. That's what a gift. Oh my God. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go here. Hold on. You think you did? You think you heard? You remember? Yeah, I've told that story a few times. Yeah, some jerk trying to pick me up at a porn theater. I mean, really? Is that where you want to find a date? Is it a porn theater? But I don't know if you were here for the whole thing. No streaming. I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, that was, I still remember, because we brought our own peanuts. We bought a big bag of peanuts with the shells in. And she was sitting on the aisle, and I was in next to her, and we were putting the shells on the seat on the other side of me on the empty seat. And, yeah, that was, I mean, could you, what is a person, well, he's probably thinking, that I'm there for the same reason he's there. But I was there out of complete curiosity, not necessity of any type. Whatever. I should have. I don't think. I think we were the only females in the theater. Now that I think about it, I think we were the only females in the theater, and we're like 22 and 3-year-old girls sitting there. We were quite fetching in our youth. Fetching, not like a dog fetching, you know. not like, not like, you know. Should have offered him some. Oh, biscuit. What? Simply still giving me a hard time about that. All right. I mean, that's like, hey, a doctor prescribed diet pill. The doctor prescribed a diet pill. The diet pill was amphetamine. I lost the weight and lost my personality. I would never do it again. But that was the 70s. That you could never go to a doctor now and be prescribed the same diet pill. What's the meth story? It's not meth. Oh my God. Yeah, I know this story. No, I was working at Buffalo Children's Hospital, and I had a bunch of nurse friends, and one of them said to me, I was probably 145 pounds and 5'4", so I was like a size 14. And of course, that time it was in to be thinned. And she said to me, she goes, "You would be so pretty if you lost weight." And stupid me, instead of saying, "Well, thank you for your comments, but I'm happy with the way I'm look." And she said, "There's a doctor that will prescribe diet pills." And so I went, okay, what an idiot. What a flippin' idiot I was. See, we evolve over time, right? So, and back then, you know, when you're young and you're single and you want to, it's like, okay. So yes, I got down to 123 pounds. So, and I was thin. I was like a size 6 or size 8. But I had no personality. Because what the doctor prescribed was biamphetamine, which was 2 amphetamines. And it was speed. And so that you guys are calling it meth. Well, was it? But it when I took it for about a year, and it was personality altering. I was not the fun-loving, happy person. I was very serious and very driven. That's not me. But I got my shape. Wouldn't do it again. But, you know, she meant well. She wanted my dating life to improve, which it did incredibly. I mean, she meant well. It just, nowadays, it's like, who would say that to somebody? Who would kind of say, you know, wow, because we're all beautiful people. We're all beautiful people, okay? But I listened like an idiot. So don't be an idiot. Love yourself for who you are. This is what we're given, guys. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's moving on. Okay. Nominated. Then is that it? Nominated? Won't do it anymore. I need to satisfy myself. How old is your wife? You know, the thing is, what you guys got to understand is that when menopause happens, it's called menopause. It's like it cuts you. We are women, okay, like I said earlier, we are women that are controlled by our hormones many, many, many of the time. And when menopause happens, the egg is not produced. When the egg is not produced, the need to fertilize the egg is gone. So if you're at some point in your life, many of you will experience a woman that I've had enough and don't want to do it. And that's not her, that's the hormones. And if there was a way to hit that switch back on, every one of us would do it. But Mother Nature, men procreate until the day they die. We're shut off when we hit menopause. And so many times our lives are altered. So, you know, that's, you know, she seems kind of young for that, would be my opinion. I mean, would you guys benefit from maybe seeing a therapist about that? What do you guys think? and it's God gave you two hands too. So when I realize that it's not the same, but it will get a means to an end a little bit. And I would say that maybe you can get a compromise where, okay, I realize that you don't want to do it all the time, but would you be willing to maybe once or twice a week, or is there a physical reason? I think I dig deeper on this one because she's young. Dig deeper. What do you guys think? I think you're right, Mess My Pants. Talk about the situation in depth, and because if you're talking about spending decades together, that could be a problem for you. And I think Mess My Pants. You're right. You're absolutely right. I think I dig deeper into say, do you not, what's up? Could it be? Many times it might be something physical in her. She doesn't feel good, for whatever reason. So I would might be afraid to get pregnant. Yeah, I would figure out why. Why? Because at that age, there should still be desire. Is my best guess. Now, I'm not an expert. That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Doc, is it might need a doctor's visit. Yeah. Nope, Maro, you have a good point. You have an absolutely good point. It's adult play. That's when we relax and have fun. And if she doesn't want to play anymore, why? I guess I'd want to know why. What changed? What is it? Physical? Is it mental? What changed? Could be Corgi. Absolutely could be. Absolutely could be. So I would dig deeper, and then maybe you're right. Maybe there's a physical problem or something, and figure it out, because that's too many years not to have that closeness. And that's one of the perks of being married, is you don't have to look for it anymore. You just reach out and grab it during the night. Definite perk. You want it, you grab it. No, Jumbrella, yes. So I think you've got to dig a little deeper with that. And maybe what the sexiest thing in the world for me is when Larry does something, like if he's picking up or doing the dishes or doing that's sexy. Housework. Does she need a little more help so that she doesn't feel overworked? That's sexy. You know, find out what her needs are. Maybe they're not all being fulfilled. Yes, Mom's Tango, I agree completely. Because Mom, you're my age, so we know this stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know about that, Jumbrella. I'm full of piss and vinegar tonight. Remember when I was dating my high school girlfriend, she started a new birth control, and it caused a lot of bleeding. It killed a lot of, so she was embarrassed, be open. And there are some forms of birth control. When I got, is it the Depo shot? After one of our kids. Depo Provera, I want to say. Is that right? Because it's like birth control that was it last a year or something? Man, did that kill everything. That was like, I would never get that shot again. I felt dead inside. It was terrible. So I'm wondering if it might be something that's contributing to that. Hey, Toaster, how you doing? Yeah, Mom's Tango. You might be surprised. One day I might show up at your house. I think I love the way you cook. That's what she had messed her up, the depot. That did it for me. That they never told me when I had that my sex drive would be gone completely. It was just an easy way of having birth control for like a year or two. I think it was a year. I think the double shot was a year, and I got it right at the 6-week visit when you can resume relations after having a child. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Then we don't have to worry about having another baby right away. And it was like, I don't want to have sex. I don't have anything to do it. I mean, I went there like, couldn't wait to get back to my husband. And when that shot kicked in, it was terrible. I mean, there was no desire, no horny. The horns went, don't get that. Don't get the shot. Don't get the shot. Please read all the side effects. I'm so glad when that dissipated. Oh my God, that was terrible. That was terrible. Ms. needs the opposite of that. Feel a lot of snow. Better snow than tornadoes. And I think a lot of people, you're right, Jumbrella. I think a lot of people have put off seeing medical help because of the COVID. Because they don't want to be in a situation where there might even be sick people or go to the doctor's office. So I think a lot of people have postponed that. You're spot on. You are spot on. Well, I hope that you guys can work that out. And you got a lot of good advice. My chat is the best in the world for advice. They are second to none. Fabulous, fabulous advice. And I'm hoping that you can get that resolved. And, she might need a little more tenderness. Who knows? But I'd get to the root of it. I'd get to the because it's make it about her, not about you. Okay? Because if you said, well, man, I need the closest, I need sex, I need this. It's like, honey, what can I do to help? This is not like you've been, and I'm just wondering what's happened. Because I love our intimacy and would love to have us close again. And what can I do to help? That's what I would do. Yes, Mom, we will all pray. We will all say healing, horny prayers that she goes back to normal. Your mom had really positive experiences with the depot shot. Obviously, as a man, my input doesn't mean much, but don't be afraid to try various birth controls until you find one that works for you. You can likely find one that is great for you, and don't be miserable and say nothing. Talk to your doctor. Absolutely. Great advice. Great advice. Absolutely. Am I from Minnesota? Oh yeah, don't you know Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. Minnesota, but we winter down in Arizona because we don't want to break any of our bones before we have to. As we get old, we get brittle. And many, many, many of my friends, my nurse pals, have broken hips and arms and legs slipping on ice. So we come down to Minnesota where we have to deal with the rattlesnakes and the scorpions and the bobcats. We're right on the desert here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good point, True. Good point, True. The Minnesota negative. But when we moved to Minnesota, I've told you guys this a number of times. We had a plan that we'd stay 10 years, then move back to Western New York where both of our families are. And after 9 months in Minnesota, some dad said, do you want to move back home? And I said, never. I love the schools. I love the health system. I love the people. I love the parks. Minnesotans embrace every season. And it's 50 below. They're still out on the lake ice fishing. I mean, they embrace everything. And Minnesota turned out to be a wonderful, wholesome place to raise our family and where we will have our roots. And it would be much cheaper for us from a tax standpoint to become Arizonians and make this our residence. But I'm dying in Minnesota. That's where I will die. I will be a resident of Minnesota. Love it. I don't think you're unhappy. Are you? Sent a funny meme in Discord. I have a very active Discord, so pop on and chime in. I put my recipes out there. I've got to add a few more to it. I've been bad. Funny Discord. I have a great YouTube channel that my editor puts together. So like it on YouTube, and you can see we do when you guys copy some of the things that I make or make something and you have pictures, we'll post them on my YouTube channel. And AJ, my editor, does a fabulous job. So chime in on YouTube. I would love to get more views and see what you think about my YouTube. That would be fabulous. Discord, yeah, Nightbat. YouTube, yes, YouTube, Sip Mom. Sip Mom. All your family has stayed in Minnesota? Oh, yeah. That's sub to, yes, sub to me on YouTube. That would be fabulous. That would AJ would love it. He does a lot of work. AJ, I love AJ. And AJ reached out to me. AJ is a college. He's in college, and he reached out to me shortly after I started streaming. And he wanted me to interview him to be my editor. And it's like, I love AJ. Love AJ. You know how you meet people that you just love them. You just do. And he is one of them. Okay, so let's see this. So you had a friend over and he slept on your old mattress that had a spring stabbing in your back. You wouldn't want to tell them that you slept bad when you're asked, how did you sleep? Not so good. That would imply that you slept terribly, while not so bad meant that you slept great. The Minnesota negative. That yeah, Minnesotans are so polite and nice people. It's different than New Yorkers. I mean, it's the other gamut, with the New Yorkers. We just felt very embraced going to Minnesota. And I understand I've even picked up a little bit of the Minnesota accent because people call me Midwest now. So I guess I've been there long enough for that. But it was a wonderful place to raise our family. I do hope, I know Simply lives in Texas. I do hope that if he ever finds a mate that they do live in Minnesota. I mean, it's just a great place for kids to raise a family. And let me give you one quick example. When we lived in Western New York, and many of you have heard the story, so bear with me. The district would send out a magazine full of activities you could sign your kids up for: swimming lessons, golf lessons, bus tours, all kinds of things. So in New York, the day you get that book, you better run down to the office and register, or your kids aren't going to have a spot. I mean, so many times I'd get there and I want to sign up. Well, no, that's all taken. Nope, sorry, that's all taken. And your kids get nothing. So when we first moved to Minnesota, the same book came out, but it had lots more things to do. And it's like, oh, Larry, I said, Larry, I'm going down. I'm going to sign the kids up. I'm going to sign them up for swimming and bicycling and all these activities. I'm going to sign the kids up for. I'm going to run down the next morning as soon as I get up and the office opens. So I go in. The office opens at 9. I'm there at 5 to 9 because I want to get my kids signed up so they're included. I get in there. And I say to the woman, I said, we just moved here from New York. And I said, I wanted to get here right away to make sure I could sign up my kids. And she said to me, she goes, we turn no one away. We'll add extra classes and extra buses. Say, what? 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 Really? She goes, we turn no one away. And it was like, that's Minnesota. That's Minnesota. And that's how it was. You didn't have to get there the day the book came out. You could get there the last day of sign up and still get your kid in. It was fabulous. Just sub now. Oh, thank you so much, Purple. Thank you so much. Tell me what you think. I love AJ. AJ's great. He's great. He's great. Bad at saying goodbye. But that's how Minnesota was. And it just turned out for us to be a fabulous place. And when Sip Dad retired, I mean, we could say, we could pack up and move back to my mom's alive and my sisters and brothers are alive. And it's like, this is where we've set our roots in Minnesota. This is where my blood will flow in generations of my grandchildren in Minnesota. Yeah. Okay, hey, let's give another gift away. Then I think we're going to call it. I've been running my mouth for so long. You guys have been so quiet and sitting there so nice. I hope everybody's got their comfies on. I am looking for more comfies. So I am going to scour the internet for clearances. You know me, right? So anybody in. I don't care if you won 6 gifts. I don't care if you won none. Everybody come out and play. Let me bring up the ball. And let's bring the ball up. You're heading to bed? Well, thank you for coming, True. Thank you. in just 1 month. Thank you so much for popping in. 3 hours long, I know. My lips are flapping away. Okay, everybody. Mom's Tango. Mom's Tango. You're up to what, 7 gifts? Mom? I think you're in my 7 gift club, aren't you? Because you got the bows, too. I sent out 30 bows. Was it 30 bows or 20 bows? 2 people got those. Yeah, everybody chime in. Chime in. Everybody chime in. I'll give you a time to chime in. Hello there, Doodle Boy. I like that name. Doodle Boy. You need a gift leadership board, but then I don't want to dox anybody because some people won for stories because we've had the best stories. You know, we need to do that again. I'll do next week's going to be Sensual Saturday. I'm going to make a chocolate cookie on Wednesday, kind of a virtual chocolate cookie. Hey there, thank you, McCops. How are you? Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, and welcome. Sip Moms, and all my guys with your swords, everybody sign in. And mods too. Mods too. All the mods got I like to take care of my mods. I like to take care of my mods. And it was fun doing the Comfy Dumpies. That was fun to put up because I have that bitch slapper. And maybe I can figure out maybe we could do sweatshirts, a whole bunch of different sizes. Because we got the snail, we got so many things going on. We got the snail. We're going to have, yeah, you chilling? Okay, is everybody ready? Let's do it. Let's see. Everybody in? Exclamation point, the number 8, the word enter. Next Saturday night, we are going to play marbles to win. Simply loaded that up. I've just got to switch computers, and we're going to play marbles. Marbles is fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. Everybody. Okay. Let's see who's going to win the last gift of the night. We have, is it 2 Canadians? Gamer Scrub. I don't know. Did we ever find out where Gamer Scrub was on? Yeah, Jimbarella. Finally, Simply and his brothers bought me this this computer for my birthday. He goes, Mom, I hate you to have that nasty computer. So, anyways, we got it. Marbles. I can't wait. Marbles is fun. Marbles is fun. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. You guys ready? Mom Tango likes a sweatshirt. Well, you might be getting one of these because I'm going to, now that I've got that new machine, I can't wait to play with her. She's in the other room. Oh, we didn't name her yet either. We didn't name her. Maybe we can do that on Wednesday. You guys think of a good name for my machine. Think of a good name. Oh, Mess My Pants Marbles is going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay, here we go. Let's see who's going to win the last gift of the night. Cross your fingers and toes and nose and everything. Here we go, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Just one mamo. Are you here? You got to be here to win when I do the... You are. Just one mamo. You're here. Where are you from? Tell me where you're from. Yeah, just one mamo. Congratulations. Where are you from? Are you in the States or are you across the pond? Do tell, do tell. Yeah, hey, it was you. You won a gift. How about that? Where? Yay! Look at you jumping up and down. New York. Where are you? Upstate? Are you the city? Can we zoom in a little? Because I'm from the Rochester, Buffalo area. Can you give me a county? You don't have to. I'm just curious. New York, New York. Very good. The city. The city, you guys. Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations. What I need for you to do is I need for you to whisper me your email on Twitch, and I will reach out to you right after the stream. I'm going to reach out to everybody right after the stream, and I'll tell you what I have. I mean, you can get a Simply hat, you can get an apron, you can get a towel, you can get a beach towel, you can get a tote bag. What else do I have? I don't have any bath wraps down here. I will go to, I'm going to go shopping to see if I can find some bath wraps, and I am absolutely going to work on my... You know, we got to do a celebration. We're getting close to 500 gifts, you guys. Once we're at 400, oh, I can't, let's see, I got my Excel right here. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly where we are for gifts. We are at, since last January, 428. So with the 3 gifts tonight, that's 431 gifts that have been sent around the world since I started streaming a year ago. That's a lot of trips to the post office. Every person that works at the post office in Arizona and the one back in Minnesota know who I am. Yeah, Kirby, I'm going to make these. I made this. I designed this. And we're going to, you know what I'm going to do is, this isn't very, this is more feminine than masculine, I think. Don't you guys think? I mean, guys, you wouldn't wear, I'm going to find out a more masculine one for guys that say that. And I'm also going to do some sweatshirts with the snail on it. You guys know the snail, right? Right? Right. So we got all kinds of things to look forward to. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start now making gifts. Well, not right now. Tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Well, sometime soon. Start anticipating the 500th gift party. At which point I'm going to have a variety of gifts that you could win. You know, we'll have sweatshirts. We'll get some more comfy dumpies. You guys like those. The Holy Buckets are back in Minnesota, and maybe I'll make a special bitch slapper to commemorate the 500 gifts. What could we call it? So you get your thinking hats on and help me out. So we could have, because we did the golden bitch slappers. What were we at, 100 gifts or 200 gifts when we did the golden bitch slappers? Not sure. A gift party. Yeah, we did toaster. We did a golden bitch slappers. I gave away, I think, 12 golden bitch slappers to commemorate. Was it? Yes, you believe that? 500. We're going to, because of you guys and your dedication coming in, and we have a lot of fun, and we have a great community. Also want to tell you, wait a minute, before I leave, about the Motherload streamers. Mods, can you bring up the Motherload streamers? There are some folks that have started to stream because I've encouraged, hopefully because of my encouragement. All you need is a camera. Everything else is free to stream. And we have the Motherload streamers. So when I'm not on, we have, if we can have one of the mods bring the list up, because I always forget one person and I don't want to do that. We have Lord Bob. Oh, there we go. There we go. These are the folks that have started streaming since I started streaming. So if you get an opportunity, if you would be so kind, and this is his personal favor to me, just go out and follow every one of them. I would love, nothing would make me happier than for these folks to, they've all got their first start on Twitch. But I would love to see them all partners. I would absolutely love to see. 1% of streamers make partners. And I would like the Motherload to do that. Also, if you're thinking, man, I could do that, I would happily raid you on Wednesdays. Even on a Saturday. See, Saturdays, I never know when I'm going to shut up. So, and usually I just turn off and I don't raid anybody, but I guess I could, but I typically don't. But I would be happy to give you a raid. So if you've ever had an interest in wanting to try, I'll give you an audience. All right? And these are the Motherload streamers, and you could be part of the Motherload Club. Right? Because is it good luck to start streaming on your birthday? Well, it happened to me. It happened to be good luck. So that worked. So please do check out the Motherload streamers and the list of them. And please, even if you see them, just pop in. Just pop in, because their numbers will go up. And I would love for these guys to be successful in their streaming, because each one of them brings something so terrifically unique, and they're so gifted. And I love every one of them. And, yeah, or Pacaniche. I mean, you might go on, turn it on and go, oh, this isn't for me. But how will you know unless you try? And I tell you, I will set up a raid. You have to reach out to me so that I can set it up, and then we'll put some cheeks in the seats, and you can show them what you can do. But it's just, these streamers are fabulous, and they all bring something very, very, very unique. So when you're looking around to watch some good entertainment, check in. And even if you're kind of, well, I don't really want to watch, just stop in, because that'll help their numbers. Just stop in. You could even just click on them and do something else, because these guys are trying so hard. And we're a community that uplift each other. That's what the Simp Mom community is about, is raising each other up and being there for each other. And that's why me sending you gifts is just fills my heart with joy. And I'm hoping that we can raise each other up in this world where people are so quick to slap you down. This is the place where it doesn't happen, folks. This is where it doesn't happen, where it's safe. You can come and ask things. We have fun. We get a little naughty, but we have fun. And yeah, just stop in and say hello. You showed your crabs yesterday. Yeah, Corgi, I was afraid you were going to do that. No, just kidding. And you didn't get banned? Corgi, I love you. Corgi, you're a doll. Corgi's like a Maya. She loves animals and she has crabs. It's not a personal problem. Come meet her crabs. She'll show you her crabs. Always happy guests. And Critter has the best hair. You just got, and Critter makes you feel like you're right next to him in his living room. Like, you know, that big comfy chair that we all have that we want to fight to sit in. That's what Critters chat's about. I mean, he's fabulous. Who else do we have? Lord Bobby reads stories with a voice that he could read the phone book, and I'd be, what's next? Who's next? You know, and Izzy's fabulous. A Holy Fry Pan, they cook. Those two are comedians. Plus Meow Suri has so much musical talent and good looking. And I mean, actually, when you think about it, all of the streamers are pretty pleasant to the eyes. Critter's got the hair, though. I mean, he's got the hair. Who am I forgetting to talk about? Nudies. Noodles is a cartoon. He's an enigma. I mean, he's something else because he can go anywhere with such grace and knowledge. It's just, and Faye's fabulous. Izzy's fabulous. It's like Crisper is snuggling, whispering, yes, Critter's fabulous. Corgi, yes, I'm doing good. It's Sking Kello. I'm doing great. But in the raids will, I'm here. I want to give you a raid or two. You just reach out to me and say, and this is for new streamers. I mean, you're welcome to ask, and I might be able to raid you, but I'm really, really encouraging new folks that haven't done it, or folks that are having very little luck doing it that follow us. You can be a Motherload streamer. Yeah. I mean, who knows? You might be like a misgift, where all of a sudden it's like, man, no more 9 to 5 for me. I mean, it could happen. But how would you know if you don't try? And so think about it. Just think about it, because you'll get your first raid from me. Ooh, right? How do you become a Motherload streamer? By starting to stream and being a regular on my stream. And then I'll raid you, and then we want to have a community. We want to have a community. You're struggling in college. What should you do? What are you struggling with? Are you struggling with grades? Are you struggling with energy? What are you struggling with? I need more info. I mean, you might be. So yeah. So that's just it. Dano, that's just, I encourage folks, because Simply was the one that pushed me, because I would have never done this in a gazillion years, folks. Never. And Simply was, Mom, I want you to stream. It's like, no. I got no. And then I did it, and it's like, it's kind of like, now I don't have any tattoos. Right? But what I hear from folks that have tattoos is they become addicting. Is that true? And streaming is kind of addicting, where it's like, wow, I had fun. And you guys make it so much fun and so easy for me. I mean, I had no agenda tonight, and look I'm still rambling on. Pam the Spams, are you still up? Pam the Spams, are you streaming still? Are you, because I can add you to the Motherload. You streamed a couple of times. I did. Are you streaming? Of course, love vacuums. I don't as often. School had you caught up. Let me know when you want to stream again, so I'll raid you. All right, and can we include you for a Motherload streamer? You want to get back into it? Okay. Mods, let's add Pam the Spams to the Motherload streamers. Okay. Pam the Spams is my editor. I have a very fond feeling for Pam the Spams. Yeah. The vacuum. Who was it on my Discord that said, you guys know you get me with these vacuums. You know that, because I'd never heard of that. And someone said, oh yeah. Pam the Spams, follow Pam the Spams too. That helps these guys, you guys. Numbers help streamers. So just popping in, just doing a follow is huge, and it doesn't cost you a dime. And it helps out. I mean, I want to raise these folks up. So one of my folks, was it you, Corgi, that said that somebody said that over the holidays they married their vacuum, and someone said, yeah, but the honeymoon sucked. Who said that? Was that you, Corgi? Somebody said that the honeymoon sucked. You guys, you get me with these vacuums. You just do. Yes, it was you. The honeymoon sucked. That was good. You have a joke? Go for it. I loved it when somebody said their Roomba was following them around. Why isn't the pepper good at archery? I don't have a clue. Guys, chime in. Why isn't the pepper good at archery? Arrow. It's an arrow. It's a bow and arrow. Nope, I can't, I'm blank. Why isn't the pepper good at archery? Do tell. Because it didn't have an arrow. It didn't have an arrow. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I got invited to a wedding for 2 antennas. The wedding itself wasn't much, but the reception was incredible. Oh, that's good. That's good. I love that. The wedding was incredible. The reception was incredible. Love it. Those are funny. Good job. Yahoo. Okay, folks, do we have any I'm just wondering, let me get my Twitch page. Hold the boat. How do you tickle an octopus? I don't know. How do you tickle an octopus? 10 tickles. Love it. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you so very much for spending your Saturday with me. As usual, you are fabulous. You each are. And you mean the world to me. Each of you do. And we're starting in 2022, another year of giving. We're going to have lots of fun. And I hope to come up with some new gifts. You know, the snail hat was the beginning. Snailed it. And more stuff to come. And now that I got a new machine, I can't wait to play with her. So what I want you to tell you folks is to treat people the way that you want to be treated. Remember, many times in life, you can't control what happens to you. You have 100% over how you handle it. 100%. You might forget what they said, but you won't forget the way they made you feel. All right? And our glasses are half full, not half empty. It's about perception in life. You know, we're all going to go through bad times, but the bad times make us appreciate the good times even more. Right, guys? And remember that kindness is free, and sprinkle that shit everywhere you go. You know, let's make the world a little happier place. All right? How do I fix a broken vacuum cleaner? Put a Green Bay sticker on it. It'll suck again. Oh my God. Oh. Oh wow. All right, everybody. You mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for hanging out to me. Remember, folks, if you've won, please reach out to me and give me your email so I can reach out to you. And I'll see you Wednesday, short stream on Wednesday. I'm gonna make chocolate cookies. Chocolate mint cookies. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Love you so much. And I hope that 2022 is the year that all your dreams come true. Love you. Bye.
Hello chat, the day is done. Make yourself at home, get your comfies on. Mom's made some gifts for you. If you stick around, you can win some too. Every Wednesday, baking streams with treats that look divine. Every Saturday, cutting up with grown-up story time. We're hanging with Mom. We're hanging with Mom. Keep your language clean and fair, or you'll be stuck in the thinking chair. You could get age